are back. BTF and Dubs, Gozzy.
Yo, Rome, what is cracking, man? I know.
Just the beers.
Yeah, beers are cracking because it's so damn hot, man. It
Swelteringly
is
hot.
ridiculously hot.
I'm sweating my balls off, but
Yeah, I know, and I noticed yet you're still wearing long trousers.
what? No, I'm not.
You in shorts?
Look at that, bro.
Oh man, you look
See
like you were
my...
wearing long trousers when you walked in. Sorry, I apologize. I mean, I'm going all out. I apologize for this, but I'm in the outside office and it is sweltering, man. I need to have
There.
all the air available. I was standing. You saw me. I was standing in the freezer, man.
Hey, man, if I had a freezer up here, it would be an open full blast.
You just got to do it. You just got to do it today inside your because you got a chest.
I got a
freezer,
chest
man.
freezer. I'll sit inside and be like, yo, so welcome back to BTF and Dubs.
I'll be in there on Saturday. I'm telling you, man.
I think we're gonna, man. It's been crazy hot. But I mean, speaking of some heat,
Oh,
Double or Nothing brought some this weekend, man. This Sunday was crazy for me. But I gotta ask, Gozzy, it's your first AEW pay-per-view, Raw Unfiltered. What did you think, man?
best pay-per-view PLE, whatever. I know they call it pay-per-view, but best pay-per-view PLE I have seen in probably about 18 months.
I knew it. Yes.
Genuinely was. I don't know. I don't think I can fault anything.
Right? That's how
It
good
was
they are.
so damn good. I honestly, I had to watch it in it was so long. I had to watch it in chunks, but I didn't want to stop watching it. If that makes sense.
No, I get
was,
you. It's a case of like, damn it, I gotta pause because I gotta go do something real quick.
or even that,
But
not even that. It's just like I need to have a breather.
sure.
I need to absorb what I've just watched.
Yeah. Actually, I will say that if there is one detriment to it, because it's pay-per-view of the year for me.
Oh, it's
Easily. Like
pay-per-view of the year.
broke.
It's like
It's
I
like
said, it's the best thing I've seen in 18 months, probably.
on
Maybe more.
see now, I would put like maybe a couple of other AEW pay-per-views up there as well.
Okay.
I'd have to but again, just
But
based on
but this is my first AEW one I've
for
seen.
sure. Hundreds. But I'm
I've
just saying
seen like some matches because of you, but as a PLE pay-per-view, like main event show that I have watched, and granted this is my first AEW, that is the best one I think I have seen in 18 to
fair
possibly
enough,
24 months.
But again, like I'd have to go back to through the calendar to see
Yeah.
which AEW pay-per-view matches this one. It'd be a tough find. It would be a tough find because god damn it, I adored this show from top to bottom. Even the buying was good.
The buying was insane.
The buying was surprisingly like also specifically one match.
Yes.
And we'll get to that, boys and girls.
But shout out Mick Foley. Before we get started, before we do everything, just shout out Mick Foley.
Hardcore
the man is
himself.
a living legend.
And he was awesome on the show. Apparently, he is all the deeds. I think we'll see him quite a bit more often now.
Good.
But he was great. Him and Renee were doing absolutely fantastic with the openings and all the intros and stuff. It's so good to see him. He looks super healthy.
Oh yeah.
Just
he looks good.
Just happier being on this TV.
He just sounded and looked happy.
Yeah, which is great. That's all you want. If you're gonna bring out a legend, I don't need him to have some arbitrary involvement in matches that go on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
No, exactly what he did was perfect.
Perfect, man. Perfect. Well, I'm so glad you enjoyed it because I thought it was absolutely top tier. I thought it was brilliant.
Oh, phenomenal.
And I was like, I know Gozzy's gonna enjoy it, but how much? And the fact that one of the best you've seen in about a year and a half, I'll take that all day.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
Well, hell yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I'll tell you what, Gozzy and I have been chatting, and because this pay-per-view was so elite, excuse the pun, but I mean, sometimes you just gotta say it, right?
It was.
We are actually going to go through the card, and we're actually going to give some rankings for this. Gozzy, why don't you break down the system we came up with?
Right, so we've come up with, because we are BTF and Dubs, we're going to have Dubs is the ranking system. So we have definitely not a dub. Now, this is absolute pure trash, didn't belong, had no meaning, had no point, the worst of the worst that you can think of. Then we will have not a dub. It had some sort of significance, but it was pretty poor, and it just wasn't. It didn't either. The psychology was wrong or the outcome was, you know, too
Essentially, it was
predictable
bad.
that it was just, yeah, it was just bad, like really awful. Then we have no dub rating, which is basically like it wasn't not a dub, but it was didn't have any kind of good thing going for it. It was just mid,
Very
basically,
mid.
just mid.
Yeah,
Then we got that was a dub. So a dub is just, was good, had everything we expected,
it's a
some
dub.
flaws,
It's a win.
but a dub, but it's a win. And then double dubs up,
Double
because
dubs
that
up.
is double dubs up. That was flawless, perfect, or as near as perfect as you can get. Double
Fantastic.
dubs up.
Double dubs up. I love it. We're going to see a couple of those on this, I think.
We're gonna see more than a couple, I think.
So obviously, like when we go through the ratings, we'll give them at the end of our little breakdown of each match and stuff. So I guess for the viewers at home, you can sort of like work it out. Like if I give something like a double dubs up and you give it like definitely not a dubs up, well then it was mid.
Yeah,
We'll sort of even it
no,
out that way.
we'll even it
But
out. Yeah,
but generally speaking, I mean that's something how we'll do it. But okay, so we're not going to go into super minute detail here on the buy-in. Obviously, it's the buy-in. It's more to get like I have a few matches going while the crowd comes in. The crowd the whole night was fantastic in
even
Queens.
from when they would just fill in, they were brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they introduced Renee Paquette, they were fucking screaming their heads off. And then McFoley came down, they were awesome. Yeah,
Nothing
just
wrong.
shout at the crowd, and they kept it going absolutely the whole night, which was super dope.
Yeah,
We started off with weirdly enough, you started off with the Divine Dominion. So I want to come back to that third if that's all right.
yeah, of course, man.
I think if we'll start with the Death Riders, Castagnoli, Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta with Marina Shafir.
Yep.
And they beat the Ops, Anthony Bones, Hooks, and Katsuyori Shibata by pinfall. Listen, it's this is no dubs for me. It was
No dubs.
fine.
Yeah, it was a no dubs. I agree because it was just
It's a good
again,
match.
it was a good match, but it was just a match.
Yeah.
However, I would like to point out that it was a win for the Death Riders.
It started kicking off your prediction there.
I got
So
that first one right,
yeah,
so we'll see how the rest of it went. But I was like, okay, cool. It was,
it's a good
I think
start to the day.
it was a good start, and it was good. We saw a bit of everything. We saw great, for me, good psychology by the Death Riders. Target one person, quick tags.
Yeah.
What you expect in a standard match, really.
Yeah, look, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It was an absolutely rock solid match in terms of what they did,
Yeah,
but in terms of like overall like excitement and stuff, this was pretty much your if you're watching from home like we did, it's like okay, cool. I'm gonna go grab a snack or a beer quick, and then I'll
yeah.
carry on
There's
watching it.
nothing.
I
There's
wasn't
not.
I wasn't afraid of missing anything.
No, and I agree. Like when it started, I did see it, and it was. Mm,
It was fine.
uh,
Again,
it was,
no
yeah.
no
Again,
no dubs for me, but
no dubs.
because it was just good. In terms
Yeah.
of the whole story of the Ops and Death Riders, didn't have any implications either.
No.
Otherwise, if something did happen there, then sure, I would have given it a dub.
Yeah. But
Um,
I don't think you could really say any more of that apart from
it
who the
was a good
winners, who the
match.
losers were,
Yeah,
and it was just
yeah,
no dub.
six
That's
good
it.
wrestlers in a good 6-man tag match. It's fine. It's mid.
Yeah.
It's no,
Yeah.
no dubs.
No dubs.
Then we went on to the Boom and Doom, which is Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall with the conglomeration of Mark Briscoe, Cassidy, and Roderick Strong, with Big Justice and Harley Cameron and the Rizzler on the outside. And they defeated Shane Taylor Promotions, which is Shane Taylor, Anthony Ogogo, Captain Sean Dean, Carly
Yeah.
Bravo, Lee Moriarty, and with Christian XO. And they beat by pinfall. Again, no dubs for me. It's
Yeah, I'd say it
entertaining,
was.
but again, I didn't really care about anything in this match, to be honest.
No, I'd say it was no dubs. There was a lot of fun spots and
Yeah,
what you'd expect, and I think the biggest miss of that was who was it? One of the guys from Boom and Doom on the top, and he slipped and he fell all the way down. And I don't know if it's a miss spot or if it was planned, whatever it was, but it actually didn't really affect anything that was going
no,
on. It's not like they had to do much. Literally straight after that's it, the conglomeration
exactly.
and Boom and Doom won. So you know what, like again,
Yeah, just
no
I mean,
dub. It was just a match to me.
I
I didn't like the fact that kind of played in. The only thing I will say actually in this is I didn't really like the fact that it played into what WWE are doing with, oh, this is, sponsored by this. And it felt like a big advert. And They had a lot of celebrities out there, but it didn't bother me because it doesn't happen all the time on AEW. Does that make sense?
It didn't affect the main show in
No,
any way,
it
shape,
didn't
or form.
affect anything in any way
I
at
mean,
all.
that's actually a great point. What did it feel like watching a 4-hour pay-per-view with zero ads in between?
Oh man, that's
Different,
what I'm
right?
saying. Well, I said, like I was I needed just to have it in chunks because I didn't have the chunks of not
Yeah,
stopping where I could go
you
and get it.
couldn't
I
you
had
could
to just chill.
you can watch a 4-minute preview of the Hulk Hogan trailer every 25 minutes to go do something else.
Exactly. Like I like that I had to take the break, not they were forcing me to take a
Sure,
break,
fair enough. Well, look,
and
I
not
mean,
no
uh,
oversaturation.
I must say, I actually completely forgot about. I think it was Big Boom AJ who fell off the top. Maybe
Yeah,
QT Marshall, I'm not sure. Completely. I remember like them winning the whole match, like their team with the conglomeration.
yeah.
Forgot about that. The one thing I do remember from that match is that little section where you had the smallest one, the Rizzler, I think his
Rizzler,
name is,
yeah,
deciding
Rizzler.
between Harley Cameron and Christian XO, and I'm like, well, I can't believe in this clown. Harley Cameron's right there, my boy.
Ashes
Look,
on your side.
yeah, exactly. Like, what is
So
this? So I was like, that's stupid. Harley always wins, but I'm a
yeah.
huge fan. So,
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, no, again, no dubs for me. It was fine.
It's good to see Eddie Kingston back though.
That was
At
great.
the end, it
I
was
did
good.
love
Like that
that.
was
Yeah,
good little end at the where they had where they surrounded them in the ring,
yeah.
and then obviously it was Kingston, Ortiz, and Warner. I think it was.
Yes, Warner. That's the third member. Like, no offense, but I do always forget your name. My bad, dog.
Yeah, and
Um,
it was good to see. It was good to see him back. I mean, he's more. Give me if I'm wrong. Is he more
he's
ROH? Or,
ROH now. That's
yeah,
also why I was like, when he did run in, I knew he had been shelved for a little bit,
yeah,
but I was like, well, I haven't seen him for a very, very long time because we don't really watch Ring of Honor too often, you know.
yeah.
So, but no, it was great. I mean, when his music hit, I popped. I was like, oh shit, I know
Oh,
that music. That
yeah.
that's so ominous. I love it. I thought that was
It was
great.
good, but like it was nice to see that. Like you only
Yeah.
like it was a good little
And again, it
nice
got the crowd
nostalgic
going.
throwback. Yeah,
They were hyped to see Eddie Kingston. So it's I think the placement of the matches was done incredibly well as well within the
but
buy-in,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, definitely.
So no dubs on this one, but again, solid match. Really good return for Eddie Kingston. It was great. What was dope though, and this is the most interesting thing ever. So we had the Divine Dominion who defeated Zeta Steel and Viva Van. And I apologize for that previous podcast. I remember your names now. But what I really do remember more than that is our predictions. Now, I said they would dominate flat out. 7 seconds, a Kofi Kingston Brock Lesnar squash match. And
Yep.
you said they will go the distance. Now, with the caveat, I said, fine. If they go the distance, I want to see them do it in a dumbass way, with them just continuously running around the ring and frustrating these guys. And Gozzy, did we not call that?
That absolutely happened on that on literally on that point of
Like
we,
dead
we
on,
somehow
actually.
found that middle ground. Don't know how we did. I don't know how we found that grounding for it. It was incredible. It was so.
And it was great. They
Because
did
you know what?
really
When they were,
well.
and as soon as it started, and was it Zeta Steel who ran out the ring first
Yeah,
from the bell? She went in and then she just ducked out, and then she
yeah,
went around the ring for a while. I was like, oh my god, we actually called this.
yeah. Cool. Again, I agree. As soon as she did the first, I'm like, no way. These two are literally going to go the distance here because of what we said. That's
Exactly.
insane to me.
I just
You
you
know?
know what the thing is, people might want to say call bullshit. Go check when we actually released the predictions was on Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday.
So
So
it was the day of. So
yeah,
it's
we
not
did.
it was the morning of, which probably would have been night of in America, whatever. But
However words. Yeah, yeah, for
the
sure.
time frame of it was
I
exactly
mean,
what we said.
we may have dropped the actual episode on Monday, which that's my bad for not uploading it. But we
Ah, it's
recorded
fine.
it. We
We
recorded it on
recorded it
Sunday
on
prior to,
Sunday.
so we had no idea. We had absolutely zero idea
And
about
we
this.
absolutely smashed it. We
It was more you. I just sort of added on like if that's going to happen, they go to the distance. I
Yeah, but
want
that
it to
was just
be.
that. But that's how it
That's it.
works.
That's how it
If
works.
we're
Right?
gonna get it, it's gonna be. If we're gonna get it, it's gonna happen some way like that.
And it was good, man. Especially like when they got to about the 2 minute mark left. You know, like not like 2 minutes into the match, like 2 minutes were left on the clock, and the commentary was selling the sim like hard. Like
Oh, they
these
were
two are going to
focused
go
on
the
it.
distance. Like what are Megan Bain and Lena Cross going to do? How they going to do it? And you can see the frustration getting in there. And when they got to about 30 seconds left in this match, you could see Lena, I think it was Lena Cross, was screaming at Megan Bates to get her ass in the ring because she was.
Yeah,
I think she was
they were
panicking a
gonna
little
get
bit,
they were
like
gonna
we
hit their finisher.
don't want to miss the mark here.
Yeah, we really need to get this done. Like when it's a timed match, you have to be
On
on
point.
point or before. Like you have to be early, like
Yeah.
slightly early.
This is one of those
You
times.
cannot cock up completely.
No, and I mean, again, like the match itself was really solid. I mean,
Yeah,
Viva Van and sorry Zeta Steel,
lovely little
their spots were
again,
good. They did really
lovely
well.
relevant,
They
relevant,
held their own. It was great.
nice relevance with Christopher Daniel coming out and supporting them. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was awesome.
OG legend Christopher Daniel coming out and supporting them or being their manager for it.
Yeah, Fallen Angel, great.
Loved it.
No, I thought
So
it was great. Honestly, I mean, mostly because we got the call right on how
yeah, I
damn,
will.
I'm going
It was,
double dubs. I'm going double dubs.
I was going to say the same thing. I was literally going to be like, I've got double dubs up for this one because we literally called it play by play.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a really fun match to kick off because again, I went a little bit out of order here. This was the very very first match of the whole of AEW Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
It set it off really well. I think the crowd got super into it as well. I think that was such a smart move again. Like do that, and if they run the distance, the crowd's gonna be looking at that clock, and the closer it gets, they're gonna be like, "Oh, is it gonna happen?" It's fantastic. Double dubs up.
I think if they put that on the third, you probably would have had the squash.
I think so. Yeah.
If
Definitely.
they put that in a second or third on the buy-in, that would have been a squash. But the fact they put it to start,
smart.
That piqued my interest immediately.
Yeah.
One because
interesting. It's weird to start off a whole thing with a squash. That's weird.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I think it was literally because as we were watching this, I was going, oh my god, we've actually called this play by play. So it piqued my interest immediately.
That was great. Yeah, no, this was good. So I mean, look, the buy-in was solid, right?
Yeah,
it had two very solid matches, but the Divine Dominion match was awesome. I really loved it. They went the distance. The buy-in was great. It got me excited for the rest of the show because this is just the buy-in, So
this is your free hour.
This is your free hour. Then we had. So then right before the main show kicked off, so it was directly after the final match on the buy-in.
Yeah.
We had Darby Allin come out. No, sorry, we had Mick Foley in the ring with Renee Paquette. She was asking him, "What's it like being elite? Are you excited about this? How do you feel about the Darby Allin match? Because obviously he's the hardcore legend. Darby has been doing the crazy car crash thing that he has been doing for a while. Yeah. So obviously Mick only had great things to say about Darby, which brought out good old MJF to shut his ass down. Which, again, I loved how they set this up sort of on the buy-in to obviously tell people like the main event is like the main event for a reason. Yeah. Mick Foley was great. Obviously, Darby. Well, sorry, I'm jumping around here. a little bit. The big thing that came out of this was the fact that as Mick Foley was singing Darby's praises and how MJF's going to get his head shaved because that was his prediction. He was like, MJF's going to lose.
Yep.
MJF came down, basically called him a has-been and a bum, and then kicked him in the dick. As you do to the Hawk.
Yeah, he just literally went, he was like, I'm not taking this shit. Bang! And it wasn't even like a full on. It was just one of those like, I'm not taking bang.
Just a quick little sack tap with the foot.
It was good.
It was good.
Then it was, you know what? It was the way that he should have done it. He shouldn't have like walked and done this whole thing and then wound up a massive kick. It was just, it came out of nowhere. It was just one of those.
Yeah, MJ was like, reaction. Yeah, he was like, actually, this isn't worth my time. Kick. That's pretty much how it came off to me. So I really like that. But essentially, what happened after that was Darby came out for the save, ran off MJF. They got a match later on in the night, the main event. And then Mick Foley had like a super impassioned speech about how Darby Allin's one of the weird ones and he has to win it for the weird ones. Yeah. Which, I mean, honestly, I was like, as you were saying this, I was like, man, how do you have Mick Foley come out here and then have Darby and like sing the praise and say, you got to win this for all the weird kids who are basically all the AEW fans? Yeah. And then have him lose. I was like,
But he was also like
that's
saying he didn't realize how much because again, like you say, the car crash wrestling that he's been doing,
yeah.
how much of like when Mick Foley references was like, I didn't realize how much of an inspiration I was to you. I know you idolized people like Sting, but you were inspired by me, and you see it, but the way that he does his
The
spots and
passion
what he
was,
does,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly,
and the
yeah,
way he
yeah.
just puts himself in the ring and presents himself with it, it's very much like
Like yeah,
it's
Mick
very much
Foley.
seeing like an old school ECW wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was, I mean, and like the ECW stuff was on full display in this on this pay per view, which was really really great.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, it set it up. It made me think like, oh, I wonder where they're gonna go with the main event now. Because do you swerve that? Do you have Mick Foley come back, sing the praises, and he loses? So it also again, it's piqued my interest even more for this match,
yeah.
which is great. And then good old Mick Foley was like, as a good friend of mine once said, "Ban ban," and I was like, ah, Cactus Jack. Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna see some violence in this match tonight. It's gonna be great.
It's a good little point, of reference. Like, yeah, it was literally like where he says a good friend of mine, and you're going, yeah, we know it's you, Mick, but
No, no,
I
no,
get it. Alter ego.
no, no, no. Cactus Jack and Big Fella two different people, just like Ludwig Kaiser and El Grande Americano, two different people, man. We know this.
All right, fine. They have a lot of similar traits.
Very similar
Yeah.
traits, but that's about it. Them and Dude Love, you know. Three different, very different people. Did you not see the interview? There were. How do you magically make three people sit in the same room at the same time? It's impossible. There has to
I
be three
mean,
of them.
all right. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I completely forgot about that interview. To be fair.
Yeah, it's witchcraft otherwise.
Man,
Anyway,
green
we
screening before it was popular. What?
exactly, yeah. I'm a video editor. I should know this. Anyway, so then we kick off into AEW Double or Nothing proper. I did not expect them to start off with this match. So I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't get Stadium Stampede from the jump throughout
Okay.
the whole night.
Yes, I am. I was also disappointed by that. But
But
coming back to it,
my
it was
disappointment, yeah. Sorry, please.
no. I was to say it's. I was disappointed that didn't start, but watching this match, I understand why.
Yeah,
And man, what a show!
I was gonna say like my disappointment was alleviated immediately as soon as
Absolutely.
the crowd started singing Metalingus for
But
Edge,
again, serenading him
serenading him, and then
again. It's not the first time that it's happened because
no,
didn't
no,
they did it in Australia,
but they do it everywhere now.
they did it in
It's
the
just awesome.
UK,
Yeah, they
they
just
did it there,
we all just love Cope. Cope's dope. You
and it's a
know,
great song to
it's
sing
a
along
great
to.
song to sing. The Christian came out, he got a massive pop as well. Oh man, FTR came out, and like I mean, this match started off house on fire. It was great.
Oh, it was non-stop actually.
Like
This
I
it
expected it to be a lot slower paced and like build up to the more darker I quit stuff. But nah, they
yeah,
were like, nah, from the get go. It was
it
crazy.
was insane. The way that they started was literally it's literally where they started in fifth gear. They didn't need to take time to build up. They went
Yeah.
straight to fifth gear from the start, read that shit, and went.
Yeah, no, I mean it was, but again, not like in a dumb way because
No,
they were still like, especially FTR, they were still doing the thing where they target areas. They
yes,
targeted Christian's arm the most. I mean that led to one of the funniest things I think I've ever heard anyone say in an I Quit match. So they beating down Christian. Cope is on the outside, just down
I've
flat.
got both of them written down.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they have Cage in the submission, and they're like, say I quit," and he's like, I banned your mother."
I thought it was fantastic because
I was killing
the
myself. I was
crowd were
dying, bro.
killing themselves.
Yeah, they started chanting, "You banned your
FTR,
mother."
FTR were like, no,
They're
I'm not
living.
having this. It got them really riled up. It was
Oh, it's too good, man. I mean, look, there was this was also there's so many spots. Like this is one of
it's
those matches
so
where I'm like, you got to watch it. You just
yeah,
have
you
to
can't
watch this
just
match.
pinpoint like from everything that they used,
Yeah, it
from
was.
the stairs to the toolbox to the
So I
table.
mean, okay, I will say we can talk about the toolbox because when Cage got hold of those pliers,
Oh
I was
man, it
like,
was
well,
gold.
this isn't gonna be very good. And it's worse than you expect, everybody. You should go
It
check out what he did.
it was it was
R.I.P. Cash and all your children, my dog.
All the little ones, all them future kids.
Yeah, and that was also I was laughing at that. I mean, that was insane. Didn't expect that with the pliers, because I mean, when he got to Dax, I thought he was like trying to grab his nose, but he wasn't. He was pulling out his moustache hair.
Oh yeah, that's I completely like. I was also like, oh my god, he's got. I also thought he was going for the nose, like under and the bottom, but because it was so low down, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think he was trying to rip out his moustache hair, which also I mean painful. I've done that before by accident. Like and it's like you get that tiny little like swelling. You're like, no, that's not that bad. It's horrible. Um,
You got a good couple of swings in there as well. Like obviously when you had most of it was coming from all of FTR getting Cope and Christian in the locks to say I quit.
yes.
But then obviously like even before the setup in one of them where Cash was like, oh, this big pussy is gonna quit. I was like, okay, cool. Let's see where he goes.
Technically, they lost that very early on in that match at FTR because he did say I quit, and you technically said I quit. You know what I mean?
We're gonna go with technicalities.
We're going with technicalities over here. You gotta keep. If I keep telling the referees to be consistent, so do I. And I like to bring up the technicalities. But no, I mean, look, it was great. Eventually, it started off very, very sort of Cope and Cage on top, and then it like evened out back and forth, back and forth. Then when FTR separated Cope and Cage, put Cope on the outside. I think they hit him with a pile driver, if I'm not mistaken. No, or through the table. Again, there were a lot of spots in this match.
Yeah, there was a lot of spots for it, yeah.
But anyway, so basically, Cope's on the outside.
Oh no, yeah, no, it was I've got it. It was the spike pile driver,
pile driver.
But it didn't. The table didn't do anything.
Yes,
like
that's why.
It didn't collapse. It literally it bounced off it and went to the side. And you're like, oh, gee, okay.
Yeah, that
clearly
sometimes worse.
Sometimes that happens. Clearly, it was not supposed to go down that way.
Exactly, but it did. What did happen, and I did say I need to see this happen. We had a run-in from Beth Phoenix. Because Stoke was getting involved.
Because Stoke was getting involved, and you needed to even out the numbers. And
so she looked good to see her back.
She looked as great as ever.
Yeah, she looked insane. She looked insanely good, is what I mean. You know what I mean?
Absolutely ready to go.
It was so good to see her back. She came in, sort of
helped a bit, and then she got taken out.
Yeah, so which I did also appreciate. I'm glad that they didn't like make it all about that. Because it happened so long ago. It was good that she got her get back, which was great. It was good to see her on the outside of the ring.
Yeah. She didn't just come in and dominate and take out she took out Stoke, which is what you expected, but it's not like she came in and dominated FTR as well.
No, but the way they took her out though, like it was a bit dirty. Her into those staircase.
That was dirty.
Damn. It looked really sore. It looked really bad.
But led us to, in my opinion,
spot of the night, maybe? No, I don't know.
Was an homage.
Of course, yeah. We had a good homage to Mick Foley in this match. We really did.
But not just because it was Mick.
Because it was Cope Mick.
And Cope from
2000, I want to say 2006.
What was it, WrestleMania 22? Yeah, WrestleMania 22, was it?
I think so. I think it was 22, yeah.
Yeah, and it, again, great spot. In my opinion, probably worse, actually, because the amount of lighter fluid that Dax put on the table, there was not an inch of that table that was not covered in lighter fluid.
No, and normally with lighter fluid, especially on tables like that,
a little bit, you get the flame going.
Yeah, and then because it does burn away very quickly, so a lot of the time you'll have them flame it up and it goes up, and then the spot happens, and then it's automatically put out. This then they lit, and I mean the setup for the spear through the ropes, through the flaming table took a minute.
Yeah, it did.
And that thing was an inferno.
Stoke caught fire.
Stoke did catch fire.
Normally the fire just dies out when they go through it.
Stoke was on fire for a little bit there.
Stoke was on fire.
Yeah. For the first time in his life. He was really
But again, led to insane. I mean, again,
and I loved how they got to that point where they could isolate Dax.
Yes.
who has been very much the catalyst of the bad guys within this feud. You know, he's usually the one who talks more on the
But
mic
he's a great,
for
but
our
it's
team.
because he's a great talker on the
Yeah,
mic.
agreed, 100%. But they basically set it up so that they could isolate him by taking out both Cash and Stoke through the flaming tables. They were on the deck, just on fire. It was great. And then basically Cope and Cage had their way with Dax for a little bit.
Just had the beat down on
Had the
Dax.
beat down on him. Shout out Dax for not saying I quit right away. They had him in a double submission. You know,
Yeah,
the crossface as well as the like
Scorpion Deathlock.
the
Well,
deathlock.
they called it the Scorpion Deathlock, but sharpshooter, Scorpion Deathlock,
Yeah,
whichever
I mean,
one.
it looked a little bit like a half Boston crab to me, but I mean,
Yeah,
whatever. This is
semantics.
this is green
Semantics.
apples and red apples. He
Yeah,
was in a dual submission at this stage, and he
yes.
was like, "No, I'm not going to quit." And then we had just a nasty looking spot where we had Cobb was like, "I bet," goes outside the ring and gets
Oh
his
no, Beth,
Beth got it, yeah, Beth,
Beth. He was
Beth
just
got
like
it,
under the stairs.
yeah.
Go get it for me.
She was like, "Sweet, no problem. I know exactly what you're talking about." Was the 2x4 with
We got
about
Spike.
20,000 spikes on it.
We got Spike.
We got Spike. We got good old Spike. Not Dudley, sadly, but that would have been a little bit weird to like smoosh him into Dax and then get a.
That would have been a weird.
But yeah, then put the crossface with Spike on a bald man's head. Obviously, that was an homage to like MJF. This is going to happen to you down the line if you lose. A little bit of impetus for MJF not to lose his hair. And then, yeah, look, I mean, I would have screamed I quit as soon as Spike got brought into the ring. To be honest, be like, I quit. No, none of this.
No, he took the stab.
He took the stab and he held it for a while. Like, I mean, he was really like drilling it in there.
But we got the eventual.
And we got the Copa Cage win.
Yes. We are going to get the nostalgia.
You're gonna get the nostalgia run. So
I'm not mad at it. I think we said like either way it would have been cool.
Yeah, in our predictions, I think we both said we think they'd win.
Yeah.
If I'm not
mistaken. But it didn't matter. We were like we were half and half. I think we were half and half because if they don't win, then you can have the split and they go on their separate way. But if not, they have the nostalgia tour. They can go on this run till like probably all in. Maybe they lose.
Yeah, for sure.
And then that's it. Like go out on a high.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, look, double dubs up. This is double dubs
up. I had that written straight from the get go. I was like double dubs up.
Double dubs up. There was nothing. This match never, like in terms of pacing, it never stopped. In terms of action, never stopped. It got bloody, but not super crazy bloody.
Like, it wasn't ridiculous.
Wasn't it like there were pools of blood? It was just enough to like tell everybody like this is a match. This is them hurting each other. This is a great street fight I quit match. You know, this is what I was expecting.
Wait, what was the full name of it? The AEW Tag Team New York Street Fight I Quit match.
Street Fight I Quit match. So yeah, this is if you're gonna not go to the streets and street fight, this is the street fight.
That's how you do it. Like, that is another example of how you do a street fight. We saw it with Ciampa and Briscoe, and we saw it on this.
And like two completely different street fights as well. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. One was about the psychology of hurting, and the other was just a pure brawl.
Yeah, and that's great. So now WWE learn a lesson from two incredibly good street fights that didn't happen super far away from each other. This was like within a month of each other, but completely different, completely memorable for their own different reasons. Whereas you'll have a street fight with Finn Balor 3 times in a month with JD and Dominic Mysterio, and I can't remember a single thing from those matches.
No, I just remember that they didn't use the
hammer. They didn't use the hammer, which was part of their whole storyline. Like, come on.
That was the only thing to remember. So, but yeah, double dubs up.
Double dubs up. I mean, this is one of my favorite I Quit matches I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite street fights. For sure.
I haven't seen an I Quit match in a minute. So
me either, but like I feel like I'll remember this one for quite a while down the road. So yeah, double dubs up for me. I mean, you couldn't have started off this pay-per-view any better, I think.
I know. And then you moved into
I'm
gonna admit it. Man. I'm gonna admit it. I was expecting, and I said it would be Mox O'Reilly, which I again will get to for its own reasons. I thought was fantastic. But this was for as a wrestling match of the night.
Dude,
Uh,
I mean, I think this was my call
don't
for match of
I'm
the
not even
night.
yes, and I'm not gonna I'm putting it out now. Don't have to wait till the end. This was like if I could give more than a double thumbs up.
Yeah, this is
This was
like triple
like
A double
this
thumbs
is
up.
like broke the scale double thumbs up.
Yeah, I was actually, I mean, I thought it would be match of the night for me.
Yeah,
And as soon as that bell ran at the end, I was like, holy shit, that was one of the, not just match of the night, that was one of the best matches I've seen
in a
ever,
long time.
ever.
Yeah,
I would easily rate that maybe in my top 10 of all time at this stage. I need to watch it again just
I'd
to
yeah,
like
I'd
fully rank it.
I'd
But
probably
damn, dude, I mean,
go that way with you.
it
It
was
was
crazy. I don't even know where to
Takeshita.
start with this match. I mean, they
I
started
know
off
Takeshita
so
Okada.
well. The psychology of it, with Okada being this arrogant douchebag, and the way Takeshita was hitting him, and it was just
One
falling off of his face. I mean, I love that because Takeshita hits so hard, and you're like, oh, maybe he just doesn't have it. Oh,
one thing I have before we get going in it, one thing I have to say, and it's just for the whole pay-per-view, the video packages were on point. Weren't too long, weren't too slow, but gave you exactly what you needed and gave you the emotions.
Yeah,
That's it.
hyped you up.
You
for
don't
sure.
you don't need more than that. Like, and
No.
again, no, sometimes it's good to have them before every significant match. And on this, every match was a significant match.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we said. I think even in our predictions, we said that it's like, I may have mentioned like they'll do it a lot because they know what you need context.
Yes.
You're watching for the first time. You need context. Even
Yes.
and like we even got one for Athena and Nina Shirakawa, a little
Yeah.
short one, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
That's
what you
perfectly
needed.
fine. It gave me context. Like, oh right, this is why they're beefing. Sweet, down with that
Yeah.
because there is history there.
But
this one was on point. It was dope.
it was, and again, that gets you revved up for the match itself. And like you say, when it starts, just don't know where to begin.
I mean, look, the opening was Okada on top. You know, he was
From this, yeah, it was
he was just like I don't know. I think just because of his arrogance coming across, and maybe the moment was like getting to Takeshita, but the way that they told that story is really good. Until eventually Takeshita like started like he started off. I think that's a good way to say it. Like Okada started in about third gear, like ready to go, and Takeshita needed to get it.
And do you know what got Takeshita going? Was Okada's cocky pins.
That's it.
That's exactly what got it.
That fired him up.
Those little this is your beneath me pin. You know,
Yeah.
one foot on the chest.
Kicking out at one.
See that rev Takeshita,
Yeah.
not once.
And that's what I'm saying.
Twice.
The psychology was so great in this match because Okada probably could have beaten him easily.
Oh,
spoilers, everybody. Takeshita won, but but if Okada took it seriously and didn't think that Takeshita was beneath him, he probably could have had like God Takeshita because Takeshita needs to rev up to get there.
Yeah, if he treated Takeshita
with some respect, yeah,
with respect and like the wrestler and equal he knows he is.
Different match.
And I'm not saying knows. He probably would have won that, but that arrogance, and again, arrogance can take you to a different plane.
Yeah, and the costume in this sense. I mean, it's as soon as Takeshita revved up, then we got that Japanese strong style strikes. They were smacking the Jesus out of each other.
And the one thing people is so underrated nowadays in a wrestling match is the expressions you get off of a wrestler's face.
Yes, very much so.
Both of them sold it in the way
exactly.
Of when Takeshita was getting pissed off, eyes wide, and he was
breathing heavily and like, he was
and when he started making his comeback, Okada had that look.
I started going like this, like, oh shit, I fucked up. I should
have
won this earlier.
Like,
no, exactly. And
that
like,
sells you.
There seems to be this thing in wrestling where it's like a lot more people are growing their like hair longer as well.
Yeah.
Because they think like, oh, like, you know, when you whip your hair, it looks more impressive. Right? There's more to selling than selling a move.
Yeah.
Like, not enough people are selling it as it is, but don't like rely on just like, oh, this hit like was a real hit, or like, you know, like
I gotta whip my head back hard so people can see what happened.
No,
I've got to spit when I get hit.
You gotta tell a story in the match. You can't speak to these people. Everything's a silent movie besides the crowd and the smacks.
Yeah.
So you gotta express. You gotta use your eyes. You gotta use your mouth. You gotta use everything like, you know, good old JR has given you. Well, I suppose Foley's got what good old Mick Foley has given you. And express yourself.
I was saying that next to Aaron while we were watching the match. I was like, Foley is gone.
Foley's gone.
He was like, what are you on about? I'm like, it's a thing, don't worry.
When Rista came on stage, like, oh, who's that? I'm like, that's Mick Foley. Mick Foley is gone.
I said that when he was on. She was like, what is that? I'm like, it's a thing, trust me.
You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. Sorry, would you mind giving me a beer? No, apologize real quick. But
no,
and then
great, man.
look, I mean, then we started getting some of the bigger moves, right? I mean, Takeshita got like that, like his exploder suplex is insane because he just yeets people. It's like so effortless for him. And then so he started getting a little bit one up on a Carter there, and then he was looking to do the Blue Thunder Bomb from the apron onto the outside.
Yeah.
And Okada fought out. And then we got Don Callis, and then the inevitable fuck you Callis. Fuck Don Callis chance, right? Because
several times throughout.
Takeshita, no, was it Takeshita? Who was gonna do it first? No, Okada was gonna pile drive, or tombstone pile drive Takeshita on the outside. Yes. Don Callis gets up from commentary. He was doing a great job on commentary, by the way, as he always does. He riles up Tony Schiavone so much, and it's some of the funniest shit you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, no, don't do that. You're going to break his neck. Put him down. He's still a part of our group. He's still an asset. Put him down. And Okada listened to Don Callis. Takeshita got up, didn't listen to Don Callis. Which was also super funny. And then as soon as that happened, I was like, face turn. We have to get a full face turn here. Because that is outwardly going against, even though it was a very heel move thing to do, but Okada was going to do it to him first. So I think, he was getting his come up here. But yeah. I mean,
it's because when they got back in, he did the brainbuster.
Oh, well, no, he did the brainbuster on the outside.
On the outside, yeah, that's what it was. That's what he divided.
And then Don Callis was like, "What are you doing?" Don lost his mind.
Lost his mind, and he just
went back on commentary. Now he was angry and then Takeshita got his ass back in. He did the set out slam and then that big German suplex that he does. Again, Takeshita is like, I mean, he's a big dude. He's a very big dude. But my God, like everything, like he could lift you up with his finger. He's so strong. It's crazy. Because Okada's a big guy. Like he's deceptively big.
It was also like that sort of rolling, hunched over German suplex that he did earlier in the sequence as well. And you're just like, oh my, that's ridiculous how someone can do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was so good. I'm just going through my notes here real quick. So, yeah, after the brainbuster, brainbuster on the floor, then, that bridging suplex for 2, right? Yeah. Then Okada comes back, gets the tombstone pile driver, very even at this stage. And then I must say, I mean, this is when the match, like, as great as it was, just went up to, like, gear 5. I mean, there was the Blue Thunder Bomb. Then Okada came back with that awesome power slam of his. Then they had this incredible back and forth sequence, which I mean, I was sitting like this. I was
too engrossed to think about what was going on.
Yeah, I was. I mean, Takeshi got a near fall. He hooked the arm. Okada with his still the best drop kick in the game comes back. Then Takeshi gets up from the clothesline that he gets. He clotheslines Okada after he tries to Rainmaker him. So great little. And
he tried several. He probably tried about 10 times to do the Rainmaker. He got successful once, which led to them being in the outside in the first place.
Yeah, and then on that
because he obviously bounced and rolled out.
Yeah,
it's the only Rainmaker he got off, but he tried. I must have counted at least 8, 9, 10 times that he tried to do the Rainmaker.
He just couldn't get it on him. And then this one they did in that great sequence. Tried it again, missed it. And then Takeshita, obviously slammed him down and then hit him with the power drive knee, which I don't think I've seen anyone kick out of. Okada kicks out at 1. I popped.
Yeah, it was just. But again, it's like the psychology of it's like he's showing. I need to it's more like an adrenaline thing.
Yeah, that's all I got from it. Yeah,
I'm up. No, I can't have this. I'm up. I'm ready. I'm going.
And it was. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Crowd's going crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this match.
Again, it was back and forth, and you just cannot.
Yeah, it was just insane.
No one wanted to give up, but again, there was points of selling and no. And when I say no selling, I mean not no selling as in didn't go down, but went and then came back into another move
Yeah,
rather than
exactly.
rather than him taking a Blue Thunder Bomb and getting straight up
Exactly.
type
Yeah, this was
thing. It's
completely
more
different. This was all, like you said, adrenaline fueled. He got up. He realized I need to show up now because like I'm not gonna
of
lose.
Ghost.
And then it's Takeshita elbow, raging fire, 1, 2, 3.
And he wins. And
Awesome.
it
What
was,
a goddamn match.
yeah, it was incredible.
It's honestly one of, like I said, this is, I think it's in my top 10, at the very least top 10, because I'll watch it now and I'll enjoy that match from start to finish again.
Absolutely.
Like I couldn't take my eyes off of it. It was that good.
It was, yeah. And like I said to you,
But
I'm fully prepared to admit that that was match of the night.
well, I mean, I couldn't believe it. We've already said it. If this could be more than double dubs up, it would be.
It would be.
I honestly thought to myself, like, I don't know where they go from here on this pay per view. Like, how do you beat that? And I mean, a lot of matches came very close for sure.
Yeah.
But this was my match of the night. We got a little bit of story follow through on this as well. Because obviously, Carter's mad, Don Callis is mad.
Don
The
Callis.
whole Don Callis family comes out. They're about to potentially beat down Takeshita. It looked sort of half and
That's what I
half,
said. It looked like they were ready
half
to
and half.
do something.
If told to, but it didn't seem like they were gonna. And then maybe, so I was like running, not too sure, not too sure. And then the music hits, and Mr. Kyle Fletcher back in the house.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously, I don't know how long he's been gone for. I
So
got from the commentary that
he's been gone for a minute.
So I got from the commentary as well that obviously him and Takeshita have a history. So
Yeah. So also,
when I watched it, I was obviously like they sold it to me in the sense of as if I was someone who was seeing it for the first time, which was perfect because I was like, I don't know much. It's like they go back to New Japan and they go back as a supporting each other and they're there for each other and whatever. So I was like, cool. I had a sneaky suspicion, like I had
well, as
a
soon as he
sneaky
came out, I was
suspicion.
like, I know he's a heel. I know he's
Yeah,
part of Don Callis' family.
that's the perfect way to bring him back if he wasn't.
Yeah, but
But again, like
yeah,
to have him
I know
take
exactly what
out
you mean.
Takeshita aligns him against, but it also then puts. I think it create good in a good way. It creates conflict both ways. So he's obviously, for some reason, got some beef against Takeshita. So he'll want
I
to
don't
go.
think it's beef. So for a little bit of background, Kyle Fletcher was the international champion for a little bit.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, he lost it. Then he got injured. He was part of the tag team with Takeshita. They actually have a tag team name called Proto Shida. Right. So coming back, he is a heel. So he just aligned himself with Don Callis. This kind of set up what I said, where I think we both predicted Takeshita to win.
Yeah.
It's like, because if he wins, you get Okada out of the international title picture and you can elevate him to the main event,
Yeah.
right? Because you need him there now. And this opens up a great story between obviously two friends who are like no longer friends. Kyle Fletcher's still a heel. You got a fully face Takeshita who'll go, and Kyle Fletcher will go after the international championship. Don Callis family are trying to collect all the titles again, which is great.
Yeah.
So, like, again, 7.5 star out of 5 for me. Double, like dubs.
Whatever you can go
Whatever
higher,
it
you
is,
can go higher.
and you furthered the storyline really well. I mean, this was perfect. It was like top to bottom.
Yeah.
This was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely adored this. This was fantastic. Um, and again, like the seeds were there. There was tension between Takeshita and Don, and Takeshita and Okada, and Takeshita and the rest of the team. So it all just made a lot of sense. So I really enjoyed this. Then we get into the very first Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament quarterfinal. Mina Shirakawa versus Athena. I think shortest match of the night. It only went about 10, 11 minutes.
Yeah, from what it felt, it did feel like it was the shortest. Again, good solid match.
Yeah, solid match. There were a few spots here and there where it didn't seem like they were on the same page.
Yeah.
But again, like not egregiously, it didn't look bad or anything. I was just like,
It wasn't. It wasn't it again. Wouldn't rank it low. I'd say it was. I'd say like I've got here as a dub because it was an entertaining match. It wasn't dreadful by any chance, by any speck of the emotion. If we had to go no dub, then I'd go with that. But I did put down as a dub because it was one because I got it wrong. And then
I think I called Athena.
yeah, you did call Athena, and I thought it would just be Mina Shirakawa, just simply because of I just thought it would be someone who's more attuned to AEW to have this. But if I had known, the point of it is, if I had known that it would have been, if Athena was on the 77 match unbeaten streak, then I would have been like, okay, I wouldn't have gone for Mina Shirakawa.
Sure, fair enough. I mean, she
Does
is
that
the
make sense?
I keep saying she is the forever champion. I mean, 1,200 days of being Ring of Honor World Champ.
Yeah.
You don't lose a lot. But
So
I actually didn't know she had the streak. I had no
so
idea
until
it was
they
that
what?
long.
Until they said that.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh
So
damn.
so that's why if I had known that stat, I would have been like, nah, she's not going to lose this then. But I just
Fair
thought,
enough.
for relativity of it being on AEW, I know they work closely with Ring of Honor, and obviously there are those that do get
Yeah.
the spots and the wins and the spotlights. I just thought it would have been, for relativity to AEW, an actual contracted AEW wrestler doing this.
No, fair enough.
I've seen Athena a couple of times, but I've seen Mina Shirakawa week in and week out.
Yeah. No, I totally understand
So
that. Look,
I'll take the loss on that. No issue with it.
sure.
Again, solid match. Nothing
Yeah,
to.
I would have gone no dub.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If we go no dub.
But like directly after I watched it. But I think sitting on it again was a solid match. And I think what at the time took me out of it was I just watched potential match of the year.
Yes.
And I was like, well, after that, this is not good. And then more I thought and said about it, I was like, actually, no, I'm just being hypercritical of this because I mean, Jesus.
Like, how do you follow that?
You could put on
any match that followed.
I swear to God, you could put on Undertaker, Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania after that Okada Takeshita match. It would have been like that was mid.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that's how good this match was. You'll watch it. So I'm gonna go dub as well. Not double dubs, just a dub. It was a really solid match. I like Mina Shirakawa. I love Athena. Her finisher, the Ofe, still slaps like a motherfucker. It's so sick to see every single time. Yeah. And the right person won, in my opinion, to especially elevate the Owen a bit more.
Yeah. And I think that's also another reason why I gave it a dub was because I got proved wrong, but it was the right person to win. And I was thankful to be proved wrong.
Fair enough. And I think this makes the Owen a little bit more interesting. Because now after we know that she's got this huge unbeaten streak, which is now 78-0.
Yep.
Do you dethrone her?
Ooh, okay, yeah, that actually leads to more. I suppose that actually is another way of not justified, but saying that this is a dub. It adds to more intrigue for when we get to the final. Because
not just the final.
I thought on it.
Yeah, please.
What if we get Timeless Tony Storm back as the wild card now?
Oh, I would dig that. Yeah.
I'm just thinking on it, and again, it may not, it definitely, it may not be, and it's probably like 95% that it won't. But what if it's a way then to get Tony Storm back in, and you get her to that bracket, so she's comes to All In. And
see, now I would like that, because then if Tony comes back and ends up winning the tournament, you make her look incredibly strong to put her in that title picture right away again by beating Athena in the final.
Yeah, and
Athena loses nothing because she's still Ring of Honor champion.
Yes.
But
and they're on the opposite sides of the bracket, so you do get that match.
We'll
get that.
Yeah. So I would say Athena should make it all the way to the final at the very least.
Yeah.
And if she's gonna lose the tournament, it would need to be in the final. But I can't see it going the complete opposite way. She ends up winning the whole thing, and that unbeaten streak takes her all the way to All In.
Yeah.
And then whoever she faces for the women's title at that stage, because that could also change
hands.
Might be Thekla, we don't know.
Spoiler.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know.
Oh no, I pulled a Tom Holland.
But no, it could be someone else.
And that'd be great, because I would love to see Athena on AEW more, just because we don't watch as much Ring of Honor.
And she's a workhorse, man.
She's a workhorse. She's been going like this forever, and then like double champ Athena would be great.
So underrated. She was so underrated when she was on SmackDown. When she was in WWE,
she was so underutilized, man. She was so good in Black and Gold NXT as Ember Moon.
Yeah,
so good.
So wasted, and now she's getting to shine.
Yeah, and good for her. She's finally getting her flowers, so I couldn't be happy for that. I'm gonna go dub here. I
Yeah,
was way too hypercritical directly after after the Takeshita match, which I think is fair enough in my opinion.
yeah,
But no, it was good. It was a solid match. Like I said, cut the sticky spots here and there, but nothing egregious. No, it was good, solid. And again, it opened up so many more stories now for the Owen itself. So I
yeah.
think that's going to be really really fun to see going forward. Um, then we had oh, the
Okay. I need to.
technical match, man.
Yeah, I need. Hold on. I need a moment there because you had a bit of a pause there. Can we just hit pause for a second? Because you can wipe this out. It's just because you had a bit of a pause there, so we can find it
Um,
and feed.
no, but
Apologies, everyone. It's just one of the hottest week of the month so far, and it's as you guys know, 30, 33, 34 degrees.
that's
Even now, it's like high.
bacon.
It's baking. I just needed to breathe. I needed some oxygen. So, but yeah, we're all good. Wait. Oh yeah, next match.
The
Well, I
continent.
thought
So we had the AEW Continental Championship. John Moxley, Kyle O'Reilly. Listen, this was the slobber knocker I expected it to be.
absolutely.
Very technical. It was good.
And you know what? I thought this would have been match of the night. It was still a great match. I'm
Oh,
still
great
giving
match.
it double dubs up.
I'm gonna give it a dub. I'm gonna give
I'm
it a dub.
I'm still giving it double dubs up just because of the psychology of the match,
Fair
right?
enough. Fair enough.
For what it was, and a reason why is when you watch that video package, they made sure one of the last things you heard was Moxley saying to Kyle O'Reilly, "Game 7 is the only one that matters." Right? For me, that's insight to I've got your number.
See, to me, that does a disservice to my boy Kyle O'Reilly.
And
Look,
again, nothing against it.
nothing against the man. I thought this match was great. It
And
was exactly what I thought it'd be. It was them just having a proper slobber knocker slash technical wrestling match. It was
and it
not,
was exactly what it was. It
yeah,
started off slow, feeling each other out, seeing who would get the upper hand.
yeah, which
Just
was great. I like the fact that Kyle didn't come out the blocks like a madman because he's beaten Mox before and he knows he can go the distance, but
yeah,
he's not dumb. He knows Mox is going to come at you and he doesn't want to lose again.
yeah,
So it was
and
smart from both sides. Mox has lost, goes the other side as well. Mox has
and
lost
it
twice.
and again, it was feeling each other early out, but early on, trying to, from what I could, like I said, the psychology, O'Reilly trying to get in Mox's head by getting him in early submissions.
Yes, that was great.
It's it's that kind of plateau where you see like if he had not bothered until it was the end, you go, why? You've beaten him with a submission. You need to play smart.
Yeah,
Getting him in early submissions makes Moxley panic.
yeah, exactly. And then
When he panics, when he panics, he loses his focus.
yeah, it's true. It's 100% true. And I mean, we were speaking about it earlier, and this is what I love. Though. So as Carl was doing this, he goes for something, and he ends up hurting his knee very badly.
Yeah, because he's obviously like Moxie's a brawler,
Yeah,
but O'Reilly's more of a striker with his legs.
yeah, he's more of a jiu-jitsu catch wrestler,
And he
whereas Mox
obviously
is
went
like
for the kick. Mox moved and he kicked the post, and then
kick the
that's where you
post.
see like, okay,
Yeah,
Mox realized.
yeah, you smell blood in the water. This was a shark. You just smell blood.
And that,
Now, this is what you were saying with both the psychology and selling. Like this is where Kyle O'Reilly sold. Not just his leg was hurt the whole match. He didn't stop once. At no stage did it seem like he kind of forgot about it. Like it
yeah,
always see it. And if he did, it was not that like you could tell. Like this was the adrenaline kicking in, and he got over it because he went right
exactly,
back to it.
exactly what it was.
But he sold it on his face the whole time. As soon as he hurt his leg, his face dropped and he tried to go for kicks to see if he could get it back. And you can see he was like, I'm in trouble.
Yeah,
And that's like it made him wrestle a far more technical than he has been. A lot less strikes because he couldn't pivot on his leg. This was great. I mean, like this is as pure a wrestling match as you're gonna see on a card like this, and it
oh yeah,
was phenomenal. It was really really good.
and
Um,
it obviously led to a lot, like you say. Again, like we said, Mox panics. Like he panicked if he got that psychology over him, but
yeah,
when he gets, like you say, when he smells that blood in the water, where he found the weakness, he targeted it, and that's where he gets his upper hand.
yeah,
He didn't consistently have it, but he had it for the majority of the match. shall
No,
we say?
exactly. And again, it was also evenly matched the whole way through. Well,
Oh,
less so after Carl hurt his leg for sure.
yeah,
But I like that they painted Carl as the underdog in this situation. They're like, he's still fighting completely, like, but
which is
now he's for nothing.
technically the other way round
Yeah,
because Mox
Mox
was the
should.
underdog because he hasn't beaten
Yeah,
Carl.
they kind of did like a little like a double swerve there, which was great. I love this story too. It was really good.
Yeah, and
You know,
that's why again why I appreciated it so much. It was just it got to the point where
talking through it, I might actually change my rating to a double dubs
yeah,
now
and
because it
again,
was
like I
still
say,
so
for me,
good.
it's not. That's why I say it does not top the Takeshita Okada match at all. Trust me,
No, but
it's
it
but
was insanely
a
good.
technical masterpiece, and it again the psychology, the selling, the
Mm.
emotions,
And again,
the script.
also it was what like, and don't get us wrong, everybody. It was also like very hard hitting. I mean, we saw a stomp from Carl, which was great, which is Mox's move. You know, he does the
Yeah,
curb stomp, and Mox hit a cutter, a great looking cutter, like smacked him around with
I
that.
love the Mox cutter.
The Mox cutter is really good actually. But after that, he couldn't get a pin. But they sold how draining this match was. Also, like you could tell, like they were breathing heavy. They were like, this was
One and
like
the
fumes in a
one
gas tank.
so
They were pushing themselves.
the one thing I need to ask you because I don't know if he does it as a move in AEW, and I don't know if it's a move that Kyle does, but the middle rope springboard lariats that he used to do as Dean Ambrose in WWE.
He doesn't. Nah, he
But
doesn't
that
do
I
it.
thought was a really good, if you know, kind of moment spot.
Sure, yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
And you
Because
know
I
what I mean? Like
mean,
I'm not saying it stole it or anything, or it was what it was meant to be anything. But
yeah, no,
for me,
there's
I saw it and I went, you know,
he's
Carl's
learning from
pulling out
Mox.
Carl's pulling out a few of the stops here. Like he's
No, for
actually
sure.
going to another point, but
See,
not in
yeah, yeah,
an
I get
insulting
you.
way, but in a way, kind of like in a bit of a way, an fu to WWE, but not directly and not out loud. Again, if you know moments,
Sure. No, for
not
sure.
that
No,
it happened.
I hear where you're coming from. I hear where you're coming from. See, like Carl does it in AEW like often because that was his move back in NXT as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But Mox doesn't do it. I don't think I've seen him do it in AEW. But having him do it in a match against Mox was great to see. I did love that.
Yeah.
So that was great.
And
Yeah, no.
and again, like it led to an adrenaline fuel. Like you say, the adrenaline kicked in, and there was a point where Carl got back on top.
Well, I'm pretty sure if I recall correctly, he did the between the ropes to go for the lariat, and then that's where Mox hit him with his own lariat and like took his ass out.
Yeah,
So
so,
because
but
of that
before that, what you were
adrenaline
saying with
rush,
the
yeah, yeah,
stomp and everything, it
yeah,
was
yeah,
just like there was a point where Carl looked like he was going to get on top again,
yeah,
and
and
then
then Mox snuffed that out real quick,
he
like a
shut it down
candle.
quickly because the like you said, the adrenaline kicked in. He did hit him with a proper kick, and I think
Yeah,
he hit him with a running knee, and it felt like okay, the adrenaline's
100%.
kicked in for him. He's going to get in, but it's at what detriment?
Yeah, exactly.
But
I mean,
Mox did not
it,
allow that
it
to happen.
and that did end up costing Colorado the match because after that, Mox took full control, lariat, the big ass that. I don't like the fact that they don't call it. They used to call it the King Kong lariat, which I thought was just a dope name, not just
Yeah,
like a lariat, which is fine. Hit him with the Death Rider, which is also just a good finishing move, but it didn't take Carl out. But
no,
then they had that awesome sequence where obviously you had Mox put Carl in the Bulldog choke, but Kyle got out of it into the ankle lock, but then Mox got out of it and put the ankle lock on Kyle. And this is where that psychology comes in with that leg. The whole match they've been telling us this is the leg, and
this is the problem. Is it going to
Kyle
be
couldn't get
the
out of
issue
it.
for him? And but again, it was also like okay, he had to pull out the last stop. I
Yeah,
know
because
Carl wins.
like Mox doesn't win with ankle locks. He's never
No,
won
but
before.
he had to pull out something to win. And again, you know, it's humiliating to lose to your own finisher or to move to to
Sure,
lose to a move that you use
that's
as a
yours. Yeah,
signature.
yeah, yeah.
But
But not in
I
this
didn't
sense.
feel like that was
This
it.
was a sign of respect.
This was like okay, I literally have to do a move that you do
Yeah, it's
because
the
I
only way
need
I
to
can
beat
beat
you.
you.
I know if it's your strongest move, it must be a weakness type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like one of
exactly.
those Achilles heel
And I
moments.
like that because it also shows like because the whole story that they're telling is that Mox just gets better and better. He fights to get better. That's what his whole group's about, right? So he not only he didn't just steal a move. He learned from Kyle O'Reilly while fighting him so much.
And this is
You
the
know,
whole point of
and
like the Death Riders.
that's the
Their
whole thing.
moniker is
Yeah,
we train to be better. We train to be a better version of ourselves.
yeah, and
We train to make you the most deadly person you can be.
I
And
think that, and
sometimes,
that's how I got. That's what I got from Mox winning with that, because he could have
yeah,
put him in a Boston Crab. He could have done anything like like he does the clover leaf quite often. Um, this was a case of you've beaten me. I've learned from you. Nah, that's why I'm better today.
yeah.
And then
And it
Carl Tap, fantastic.
and it didn't, but and like I said, it didn't feel like it was an fu or embarrassment to beat Carl with that. And like you say, it's the intelligence of learning.
That's it.
This is how I do it.
That's it. It felt like a sign of respect. Like, actually, you know
Yeah,
what? This is how I'm gonna beat you.
and
Because you've beaten me
again,
so many times that I respect you. I respect the smooth. Hell yeah.
one thing I did appreciate was that the Death Riders didn't come out at all during the
At all.
match.
Zero interference. Love that.
Neither did um, Conglomeration.
Yeah, no, none of them did. It
None of
was
them came
good.
out. And then afterwards, when they did come out, it like we said it, there would be a sign of respect one way or the other.
Yeah, and we called that as well. Like dead
And
on,
we
it's like
got that
100%. And
bang
I
on
thought that was
point.
great. And you elevate Kyle, Mox is
Mox is Mox.
Mox
You
is
don't take
Mox.
away anything.
Nah,
Even if he had lost, you wouldn't have taken away. But Mox is Mox. You keep him
yeah,
at that. You keep him relevant to everything. But Carl, like you said, you've put his stock
way
up
up,
there.
way
You
up.
twofold. That's
Yeah,
twofold. He's gone up in that level.
everyone has lost the Mox, and it took Mox 4 times to beat you.
Yeah.
And he probably, and you know, again, he could be like later on down the road, be like, well, you know, he probably wouldn't have beaten me if I didn't kick the ring post, fucking dumbass. But you know,
One thing I
what can you do?
one thing I don't want to see from this is them make Kyle O'Reilly just be part of a tag team again. I think
I
he
don't want
has
that.
the right to go after a singles title.
Well, that's what I
Even
was
if it's
saying.
something
Yeah,
like you put him up against Kevin Knight or something like that and
Tommaso
put him at
Ciampa,
that.
there's lots of them. Yeah,
You just put them in that. He can still be part of, like, you know, they're consistently part of their factions or their groups, but they
yeah.
are going after individual titles.
Well, I mean,
Don't just
Mark Briscoe
put him
does
in that.
it. Mark
Yeah,
Briscoe does it all the time. He's still part of the conglomeration.
exactly. So just
Yeah,
keep Kyle O'Reilly at that level.
yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, like I said in our predictions one, like I would love to see the return of Cool Kyle, like his Soda NXT run. And I think he's proven he can do that
Oh,
now.
maybe not.
that,
Maybe a bit later.
that was funny. Yeah, the sun ending goes down here at 11 o'clock at night, so we got plenty of time.
Yeah, we got time.
But yeah, listen, I'm gonna stick with mine. I'm gonna say it's a dub. Purely based on the fact that I wanted Colorado to win a little bit more, but it was don't take anything away from that. This match kicked ass. It was dope.
I'm still sticking with my double dub up, like I say, but like nothing more than that. It was
also just so everyone knows, we also got a good old JR on commentary for this match. This is always fun to hear JR. I love JR.
Yeah.
Nice
It felt like he could have done a bit more understanding Kyle O'Reilly, but
yeah, listen, he got his
early
name
on
on
was like that this kid,
yeah.
and then he stopped, and they were like, yeah, Kyle O'Reilly, like the helper. That's actually his professionalism. Going, I don't want to just blabber on.
And look, I mean, like let's not forget, JR is like about three strokes in because he's had quite a few like health issues, and he's old. He's pushing 80. So again, just nice to hear good old JR. You know, the greatest commentator of all time, in my opinion. Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Nothing wrong with that.
Now listen, I'm gonna go double dubs up here because the next match was the second Owen Hart Foundation tournament, and this is Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe. And this kicked ass.
I had double dubs up on this as well. Don't get me wrong. Man. Like, I know it feels like we're absolutely going all up.
Listen, sometimes you get pay-per-views that are like that, where
just like this. And again, this is why it is the best pay-per-view that I have seen.
Yeah, exactly.
In well over 18 months.
This isn't us, like, this is objective. Like, this isn't, we prefer one or the other. This is, these matches were this good.
If something is bad, we all will call it out.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we call out sticky spots all the time. Like, it's my favorite thing to bitch about stuff. I love
it. But, I know. I hear an earful of it all the time.
Shut your whole mouth.
But yeah, no. Will Ospreay, Samoa Joe. Oh, all I'm saying is as well, we went 2 for 2 with the Death Riders, which to say the relevancy was there with Moxie winning it.
Yeah, I didn't go. I went Kyle O'Reilly. Nostalgia got the better of me, but again, not mad about that outcome by any stretch. But yeah, you were 2 for 2. This was your clean sweep match. Um,
I mean,
it was good. I mean, again, this there's a lot of spots in this match that we could like sort of go to, but
it went
essentially,
full on
it's
quickly.
yeah, right out the gate. Osprey comes out trying to get him, gets the hidden blade.
Oscar, you got the
Um,
Oscar?
was the Oscar. Then he went for the hidden blade, didn't get the hidden blade.
No.
But that settled the match. Sparked something in Joe. Joe was like, "Oh shit, Will Osprey
He's not coming out to play. Like, he's ready for this.
You ready? This isn't the same Osprey I know. This dude wants to.
And
This
again,
dude wants to win. Yeah,
that's
the
the
psychology.
psychology of Osprey going with the Death Riders, like making him the human weapon that he is.
Yeah.
Joe kind of just, you could see, Joe kind of just thought, it's just
He's just
Osprey.
like, he's just being
And
like, he's
like you
trying
said,
something different. No, he was like, oh
sparked
shit.
him. This is a different animal,
And then,
Osprey.
but then you saw it out of Joe because right after that, when they brawled a bit on the outside, Joe yeeted Osprey into the barricade, man, and the sound it made was wild. It went bah bah. It was. I was like,
it was loud.
Like, you know when you cringe, you're like, oh shit, like, oh, I felt that. I felt that through the TV, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just told you everything you need to know in this match. Like,
but
Joe's already like, all right, I got to go extra violent here to put this guy down.
It shows how quick Joe moved as well, because to get them outside, Osprey went for the springboard moonsault. Joe just stepped back, waited for him to land, and then hit him, and then locked him in a clutch.
Yeah, it was great.
He dragged him to then yeet him into the board.
Yeah, I mean, look.
So he wore him down. He had it, the intelligence, and this is again, Joe is one of the most intellectually intelligent in-ring athletes of all time.
Yeah, he really is. He really is.
So good. And again, you know, you had the play of, you want your dream match, I'll give you your dream match. But I'm not going to make it easy. I'm not going to make it easy for you.
I think we got it because this match was absolutely insane. We even got the classic Joe walks away.
From the Oscar, the other Oscar that he, the second Oscar that he tried.
Yeah, Osprey got a little bit of momentum going, goes for Oscar in midair.
I pissed myself laughing.
Yeah, I
pissed myself laughing.
Like, you see him do that with a lot of the lower card guys or like jobbers and stuff like that because it's hilarious. You know, like all these small non dudes are like, I'm above them. This is Will Osprey.
Do you know what it was? It was the fact that Osprey kind of laid into it at the same time.
Very much
because
so.
When he went for it, he went and he looked, and then his left arm went out. Like, what the hell?
Like,
what the hell are you doing? Because he obviously went for like a standard over the right shoulder Oscar, but his left arm was like, what the hell? And then he hit the ground, and it's just you just know that's Joe. You get the classic Joe walk away.
Yeah, I loved it. I was so started laughing because again, you don't normally see it with upper card guys because it's a very disrespectful thing to do. You know, and he did it to Osprey, and I thought that was so funny. I genuinely thought it was so great. But then, like, you know, obviously they brawl a bit more. They go through a bit of the argy-bargy, and then we saw Will Osprey get Joe up for a Styles clash.
That was insane.
As a whistle.
That power.
Because, like, he had him very low and then lifted him again to get him higher up. That was crazy.
Yeah, he had him, like, locked in one way, and then he, like you say, he adjusted to get him in a more comfortable position.
Exactly.
Safer position. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, we'll be honest. A safer position
position
up,
for
so,
Joe.
Yeah, his neck doesn't drag across the
But it was still power. It's still pure power from Osprey to do those. Because let's be honest, Joe is not
Joe's a big dude. Joe is a big dude. And then obviously, hit him with the hidden blade and only gets a 2 count. After that, I started questioning, like, oh damn, I think your Death Rider win streak is gonna end you. Because I honestly thought, because I was like, damn, after a Styles clash and a hidden blade, like, you don't see a lot of people kick out of that ever.
No.
Like, if at all. Joe gets up after the pin count. Massive snap power slam. That was dope. I love Joe's power slam. But again, this is what we were saying when it came to like the match with like Michin in the women's trios tag team on WWE.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that momentum. And I mean, obviously Osprey is a very quick dude. He's also quite big. But the snap that he gets on that and this whip speed to smack him down, fantastic. It was so dope. But through that power slam, armbar, that was great. It was a great little transition into that.
it was a slick move, and again, it just shows why Osprey is so damn good.
And it also shows you all the training that the Death Riders have done with him.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just about
Yeah, you didn't just
slams
kick
and
out.
moves
No,
and
normally,
aerial.
normally you would just like kick out of a pin, but no, he was mid-air and was ready to adjust. The training
Yeah,
is working.
it's again, yeah, it's like the small nuances that you see. He's taking that advice. He's
Yeah,
taking that level.
yeah. Again, like I mean, you normally wouldn't see something like that from Osprey. Not like turn it into a technical move. You could see him try and like flip out of it, sure.
Yeah,
But in this sense, I mean, going into the armbar was just absolutely great. But then Joe kind of did it as well. Um,
got him in when he got him in that clutch, and he did again. We got the beautiful classic.
so now, just before that, so they get off the mat. Joe's in the corner, and then to get to
Yeah.
the Kokina clutch, Joe with the best Uranagi in the game. I mean, he lifted him about 12 feet, and he looked like Big Cass up there.
What do they call it? They don't call it that in AEW, do they? Because it's a WWE name, and I don't want to say that, but
No,
we know it as a Uranagi
I'm pretty sure they call it an Uranagi. They didn't say it in this match, but
specifically. Yeah,
because normally Tempest is the guy who calls all the moves because he's like
right.
insanely good at it. And I think this time he just
They just
99%
didn't say.
sure he calls it Uranagi.
Right. I mean,
But
it
this
is.
time
Let's like. I'm
it
not
is,
denying
yeah.
it is, and it
No, for
is. I
sure, but
just
it's
thought they
very
called it
much
something
like
else.
I think at this stage they just didn't call it because Tempest likes to just like yell out. Wait, because like Cole also doesn't call it Uranagi. He always goes sit down, which
Oh yeah.
doesn't make a lot of sense because
Yeah.
you're being slammed on your back. You're not sitting down, but technicalities on the thing. So, but anyway, I digress. Taz was on commentary as well. He digressed a lot on
He did
the
digress a
pay per
lot.
view. It was great. Shout out the commentary team the whole night. So they were on point. It was
They
absolutely
were great. They
fantastic.
were laying into it where they needed to lay
Yeah, it was
into it.
great. We'll get to it next, but the commentary during the next match was some of my favorite I've heard all year.
Mm.
But yeah, Uranagi into the Kokina clutch, and then we had Brad's favorite thing of all
I
time,
love it. I
the
don't get
arm
why we
drop.
can't do it more often and why
No,
it
it's
died out.
better. It's better. I don't like the. Oh, he's out. No,
No,
man, you don't know
give me the
that.
arm drop. But you know what I loved about this one? Because they teased obviously Osprey so close to it, and then he was passing because he was obviously reaching and whatever. But you know, angles are angles. He
Yeah,
reaches
he
at
looked.
one angle, he's not going to reach it, but he reaches at another, he will.
Yeah, the
And
one he
that's how
looked
they
miles
keep,
away from that. Then.
and that's how they keep you like, oh, it's close, because you got the 1-2, and then the third drop, his arm drops onto the rope. Again, know your angles, know
Yeah,
your spacing. They
that was great.
clearly
Yeah,
had to know he needed to be in a specific place, and it was perfect because it wasn't like Joe. I mean, it wasn't like Osprey reached out for it. The
no,
ref dropped it, and his
fell
arm
though.
dropped onto
Yeah, it
an
fell
Osprey
onto
grip
it.
because obviously he feels it.
Yeah, exactly. So and like the sort of bounce motion would jolt you away. So yeah, absolutely.
And that's
No, so
I love that.
again,
That
brain
keep
psychology.
do that. Don't give me this
Wow.
crap of he passed out so he can't compete.
And again, that comes through again with the training he's been doing with the Death Riders, like that sort of thing. Like your angles, know to grab the rope. You don't have to fight out of everything. Sometimes it's smarter to let it happen. You
Yeah,
know. So again, the ring psychology here was absolutely great. So I mean, obviously, Kokina clutch. Uh, Bull gets out of it. He
just
puts
get
him
him.
on the top rope looking for that muscle buster, which is honestly one of the best finishing moves in the game.
Yeah,
Gets out of it, hidden blade, 1 count. This is where I was like, they've done another 1 count on a finisher, just like their Okada match. Now, just a bit of context here, Gozzy. They got a lot of stick for that at a previous pay-per-view because that happened also in the same night where they had too many like 1 counts happen. And
right.
like kicking out in one is like a big thing. That doesn't, especially on a finisher, that doesn't generally happen
Yeah,
on a finishing move like that. But I like this one a lot because it wasn't just this was kind of like what happened in the Carter Takeshita the match where it was kick out of one, but then they brawled for quite a bit after that. They carried on with a few sequences. This was the Death Riders like, okay, fine. Joe popped up from the adrenaline after a hidden blade. Osprey was like, no problem, one more. Cleaned his
from behind.
clock from behind, took his
And
ass out.
you know from behind that's worse than coming from the front.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
absolutely.
Like
Yeah,
getting in the back of the head is more damage than just getting hit on in the
sure,
front.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
again, the intelligence there is from the psychology of training with the Death Riders, if you get that chance, smell like Moxley, smell blood in the water,
Yeah,
you
you
take
take
it.
it. Yeah, you don't think to yourself, "Oh shit, Joe's up. What do I do now?" He's
No.
up. Take him out again. Take him out. Take him out. Listen, Will Ospreay gets the 1, 2, 3 after that second hidden blade to the back of the skull. One was dope. This match was double dubs up.
Oh
That was
yeah,
double dubs up. This was
and
fantastic.
I got my
Yeah,
I
you
got
got
my
your clean
Death Riders
sweep.
clean sweep.
Yeah, I called Ospreay to win this, so I was also one up there. But yeah,
You know what?
you got the Death Rider clean sweep, which I'm proud of you.
And I'm glad that they don't. I'm glad that it's not going to be a thing, in the sense of obviously there's the respect there that Joe had, where he bowed and showed Ospreay the respect.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, it's not going to. I don't think it's going to be a thing of Death Riders versus the Ops. You could still lean into it.
Yeah,
Don't get me
but
wrong. There's still a way to lean into it, but at this point,
there's no need for it. Yeah.
No, I think you're okay just leaving that at that. And Joe's gone, okay,
Yeah.
I gave him a hell of a match. He beat me.
Yeah, I can see it.
He's done the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. I can see it being more of a story of that, where Joe's like, okay, I thought you needed my help to get you to the next level, but you're on that next level now. I get it. Okay, cool. Yeah. No, I agree. I love that. Then we get into the next Men's Own Heart Foundation tournament quarterfinal, Swerve Strickland versus Bandito. Look, I'm going to give this a dub straight off the bat. It was one of my potential matches of the night. It was hard-hitting. It was violent. It was dope. Swerve looked like $1,000,000.
I think high flying from Bandito.
High flying from Bandito.
Taste.
Yeah, I mean, this was.
I agree. It was a dub.
This was a solid match. It was a very solid match. I did expect a little bit more out of the two of them, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Which is fair, and the way you sold me on it, I thought it also would have been at double dubs. I'd probably be coming close to the Takeshi Okada thing,
or even the Will Ospreay,
or even at least the Will Ospreay Joe match. Yeah, and it was.
It just never got. It just never got there.
It was entertaining, but I suppose, in the sense of it all, it is Swerve's first proper match in a while.
Yeah.
You don't want to overdo it, so he has an issue.
Yeah,
I thought it was clever. I did like, again, when we've said it several times, and you're talking about the psychology of a match. I thought it was clever that he didn't allow the match to become a full-on athletic fest.
Yeah,
he
I feel you.
Wore Bandito down. He slowed the pace down. He had a lot of
hurt his neck, and Bandito sold his neck really badly to convulsing. It was a bit match. I thought it says again that's like overselling a bit, because he did it a little bit too many times. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, I would have just taken it down a notch.
It's more of like Swerve did that. He targeted the neck, and he had like neck locks and holds and everything. So it was, for me, it was clever in that sense. But I did expect more. Don't get me wrong. There was still
I think
incredible piece of show.
Sure, yeah. But I think for me that's just it. I expected just a little bit more, I mean, the oomph was there. Don't get us wrong. Like the speed, the pace, the power, everything was there for this match. I just expected it to have maybe, I don't know, not blood, but just a little bit extra. Just some of that. But I mean, look, again, fantastic match. Like, if you got a chance, definitely go check it out. We saw like just the strength from Bandito again, man. This dude is too strong. He did the one-handed gorilla press slam, was crazy.
Again, he doesn't have, in the same way that I've spoken about Logan Paul, Bandito doesn't have the right to be that athletic and that strong. He does, by all accounts, but he doesn't. It's not fair for someone to be that athletic and that strong.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? You can be one or the other. Sure, I get you.
Usually you get one or the other. He's one of those unique hybrids who has the athleticism and the power to wrestle both ways.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's crazy. I still think, like, he got, like, again, and I know we said this a few times for a few different, like, people. Swerve is not a small dude by any stretch of the imagination. His muscle mass is crazy. And
he looks like he's just jacked up now as well, from what I have seen before he got injured. It looks like he's jacked up now as well.
Yeah, like when he first got to AEW, he was like, like that lean muscle.
Yeah.
Then he jacked up. Then he went away for a bit. Now he's even more jacked. It's crazy. But so to see, and again, this is why I did enjoy this match because like basically we started getting towards the ending of the match, and then Dino goes for his 21 plex,
Yeah,
while Swerve is lying face down on the canvas, so not off the rope. And he managed to like not only do that, but lift him up into that 21 place German suplex, nail it. And then this is obviously the downfall of Bandito because German suplex, you land on the back of your neck, which Swerve had been targeting the entire match.
yeah.
Which again, I just love that sort of storytelling. You know, like they kept with it. Like everyone had their spots. You know, Carl with his leg, Bandito with his neck. You know, Christian Cage with his busted arm. Oh, also something we didn't mention just to go back. Christian Cage got his watch back. Good for Christian Cage.
Forgot about that. Actually, that was we did call that he would
We
get
did
his
call his gun.
back
That
at
was
the
right.
end
We
of the
called
night.
that. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, so Bandito couldn't capitalize on that because his neck was too sore. He did hit a really sick Hurricane Rana though. And then basically Swerve kicked out of that, fought him off, got him into the vertebraker, which I think is still like just the sickest looking
It's
finish
rough.
of all time. Uh, which I like understand it's quite a dangerous move, especially like you see the
What?
injuries and like what
So
happened with whoever Gregory Holmes did it to
yeah,
years and years and years ago. But yeah, house call one, two,
but
three.
again, but again, so the one thing that I did, which did again, where you should have seen more, or I wanted more because they decided to do it. When he popped Swerve up and Swerve stood on his shoulders, and then
Oh yeah,
that
that was
he was
crazy.
literally stood on his shoulders unassisted for like a good 3 seconds,
Yeah,
3 4
jumped up,
seconds,
house call.
and did the house call standing up on his shoulders.
Insane.
Again, that you see that kind of spot, and you go, "Well, give me more of that."
That's what I'm saying. That's what I
Like
expected more when
they
you see
led you
that.
to want it, and then they
Yeah,
slowed it down again, and they used again not bad psychology of it because Swerve's just coming back and he's targeting a specific
yeah,
injury.
and I can see
But
them having another match in the future, which they'll
yeah,
extend on that sort of stuff.
but
But I
again,
wanted
like you
it here.
see a spot like that, I was like, I want more of that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I
But
mean, that also like after that led to a Swerve stomp from the top rope.
yeah,
And again, Swerve gets like the coup de grace that Finn Balor does is fantastic, but Swerve gets height on this thing, and he's twice the size of Finn Balor.
mm,
So when he stomps you're stomped. You
but
get real
yeah,
stomps on that. But yeah, I
but
mean
as I
that was
said,
such a move, dude. That was
we got
so
the
good.
house call and the win from Swerve, which
Great match. Listen,
yeah,
it gets
I
a
think we
dub.
both called
There
that.
were a couple of things like that. You know what I'll say? It didn't lack anything, but it left me wanting, which is both a good
Yes,
and a bad thing.
yes.
And that's the
So do
only
you
reason it doesn't
see?
get double double.
So do you see in regards to this, obviously with the Earn Heart Cup, do you see us getting Swerve versus Osprey in the final?
I'm not sure
Because on Swerve side, you've got Claudio and Brody King.
which will be Brody Kim because obviously Brody and Bandito used to be tag partners in Brodito. They
Yeah,
have
so
history
that's
with
what I'm
Swerve.
saying. Do
So
we see Swerve beating Brody, and
I
then it
see, yeah.
becomes I let's just say Osprey's getting to the final because
So
I don't see him. I don't
yeah,
see.
after this run, no, I don't see him losing.
I don't. But I also don't see Mark Davis or Jack Perry beating Osprey
No.
in the semi-final. It's simply because the match there is Jack Perry versus Mark Davis because
Well, we'll get to that because if that happens, because a couple of things happen in
yes,
Stadium
yeah,
Stampede
things
that
led
will.
to, but if it comes to that, you don't see
No,
the
no,
winner of that
I
beating
can see it
Osprey.
being
So
I can
I'm
see it being
seeing
Swerve versus
Osprey versus
Swerve.
I'm
Yeah,
seeing Osprey Swerve in the final. Like,
I can see that. I'm leaning towards that very hard right now. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, great match. I mean, it was dope.
yeah,
Then we had honestly like little again. I think we said it in our predictions. Like the sleeper match of the night could have been the fatal the women's fatal four. Could have gone one or two ways. Could have been a little bit plotty, and a little bit. This is good. This was a
I
very
enjoyed it.
entertaining match. I
I
really
really
really liked
enjoyed
it.
it.
I mean, the big story coming out of it was what we said. Eventually, it did come down to Sheet and
And then
Statlander, like finally not the implosion we thought it would be.
no, there was a mini implosion.
Yeah,
It
more of a
was
mini implosion than anything
it,
else.
it, it was like enough to rattle rather than
Then this is
completely
it. This is
destroy.
like now they're feuding. Now it's gonna turn into a blood feud. Yeah, for sure. But I didn't
So
mind that too much actually.
no, and I'm glad. Again, I'm also glad we didn't see any interference.
Yeah, we didn't need any from the Triangle of
We
Madness.
did not need
No,
any
this
of
one
that
does,
nonsense
no.
going on.
This was as clean as you like. It's a fatal four way. There was a couple. There was a weapon used at some stage. Sheeta did bring out
Fine with
the kendo
that. They
stick.
didn't have to go all out
No,
with it, but
no, that's
it's
a fatal four
Sheeta,
way.
and she carries it round.
Yeah,
So
it's there.
her using it is not like out of the blue.
No, no.
It's legitimate. So fine, I will take that. But we didn't rely heavily on the use of weapons
Or outside interference.
or outside
Sure.
interference. Yeah, and again, like you say, it was a sleeper match, and it was a really solid match. Really
Yeah. No, I
enjoyed it.
mean, again, there wasn't any specific spot I've written down here that was like
No,
out of this world
so,
or anything like that. But
no.
again, in
So
terms of a fatal
again,
four way, what I did really enjoy about it was just all the four moving parts. Like at no stage was there a real section where it was like just a one on one. When they were all in the ring together, they were all pulling moves off and like taking each other up. They
yeah,
had a great sequence near the end of it where it was like move after move after move, and like they were each doing that, which I'm always just a fan of.
yeah, and
Just
again, like to
this is a
start, you could
really
see
good,
there was the joint annoyance, and they all attacked Thekla,
yeah, which was great. I love
and
that.
it took her out of it, and then
Yeah.
it literally became a sequence of events for the three of them.
Yeah, it was actually quite funny at that stage because obviously they got Tekla out the ring. Then they started obviously brawling a bit, and it seemed
Yeah,
like Tekla was like, "Well, I'm part of this too." Like, why am I not being
you
involved?
know,
You know
you
what I
know
mean?
what? They've attacked me, but this is my title. I
Yeah,
need to
exactly.
do
Like, I
something.
need to be featured here. And then every time she did, they beat her down. They got rid of her.
Goodbye. Shoot, shoot.
It was really good. I mean, like I think Tekla's so great. She
And
was
again,
so
I
good at
think
this. Everyone looked really good.
they all looked fantastic. Honestly, I don't think there was. I can't recall an issue, if
No,
that
I
makes
mean,
sense.
honestly, at one stage, I thought any one of them could take it, and then I was like, "Oh, Jamie Hayter is going to take this match." Um,
Yeah, I thought Chris was going to take it.
well, that's then like when it got towards the end, and Sheeta and Chris took each other out, to fight. I was like,
Then it
"Okay,
became
this is it. This is going to be Hayter versus Stick." And I was like, "Jamie Hayter might take this all the way to All in London," but then obviously Chris came back, and they were facing off, and Sheeta cost her. Sheeta did
yeah.
cost her like the match itself, because
And in a way, like Hater was the one who actually started this mini plosion, right? Because she pushed. She put she pushed Chris into Sheeta into Chris.
I
Sorry,
was just gonna say
it
yeah,
was
because Sheeta, yeah, yeah.
she pushed Sheeta into Chris, and that's kind of I think what sparked
Well, yeah, so yeah,
this mini
exactly.
plosion.
That kind of did it, and then Sheeta hit Chris Statlander with the knee,
Yeah,
which I don't know. I don't know if it was intentional. Um,
do you know again the one that I do have it, and it was real fun was the consistent roll up pins where they just rolled all the way around the ring.
yeah,
And it
that
was just like
sequence was
one, two, one, two, one, two, and
one. It was great.
it could have gone on probably
Oh,
for another 30 seconds, and I would have been into it. It
yeah, I
didn't
was
feel
I was fully
long
sold on
at
this.
all. I was like, okay, cool. This is just a bit of fun for
No,
the
exactly,
crowd, and it's
and
a way
like
you make them stand out.
we saw a little bit of that happen in the MJF Darby Allen match as well.
Yeah,
But considering you had, and that's just two of them, so you can do that, Brooks. This was between all four of them. That's what I'm saying. The sequences
like
with
a
all
roll,
four of them
roll.
in the ring
Yeah,
were absolutely glorious. It was really good. Like this was a really this is a double dub for me. To be honest, this match kicked ass.
yeah, I'd go
Just
with
because
that.
I
I
was
would say it's
super
a double
entertained
dub.
with it from start to finish. It was really really good.
Yeah, and it was like again,
It was everything I wanted the
it
Fatal
was
Four Way to be.
performed well. It was performed
Yeah,
well,
that was
and
fun. I
in
really
the
really
end,
liked it.
I think we both called
Yeah,
Tekla to
we both
win.
said
So
Tekla. I think we were both saying like we could see it pretty much going to either Jamie or like Chris Statlander. Um,
but Tekla
but
win. Yeah,
mostly Jamie because it does lead into All in London. But then we had our whole little side panel about how the tournament would go, that
but
sort of
again,
thing.
you the two wild cards. Again, you could say, like you say, could throw one of the losers in there from this match. One of the or you could have Timeless Tony Storm coming back,
Or Britt Baker.
and I was gonna say the one you consistently want, Dr. Britt Baker.
Just bring her back, let her lose, and let her go off TV for a bit. I just want to see another match with her. I really like Britt Baker. um, but yeah, so anyway, so Chris did hit Tekla with the Saturday Night Fever. Did look like she was gonna get the 1, 2, 3. That's when she hit her with the kendo stick.
Took them out.
It took them
And it
out.
left.
Hayter hit Sheeta with the double clothesline. Yeah. Oh yeah, they took each other out on the outside. And then they got a stomp on Chris for the pinfall. You know, great
Not bad.
match. Double dub up
Yeah.
for me. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I
Yeah.
genuinely thought this was fantastic. Then, okay, so I don't know how to go about this one so much because obviously there's 14 dudes in this match. This is the Stadium Stampede.
This was wild. Okay.
Right?
Now I know you said what the other one was like, but I didn't expect this.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Does that make sense? Like I know it had the possibility to be ridiculous, and when I say that, I mean that with the best intentions of the word
Yeah.
ridiculous, which it was, and I absolutely ate it up.
Me too, dude. I mean,
I
it's
ate it
so
up.
much
I
fun.
loved it. Again, if I would put this as my second best match of the night, but for the purposes
Completely
of
different
for a
reasons.
completely different reason of it, like you said, like this for the fun, ridiculous, wild, stupid, over the top aspect of what it was phenomenal.
Yeah,
And
I
again,
mean,
this is double straight away. I'm saying this double dubs up. Again, could be more than what it was, not but for different reasons to what I would say for
100%.
Takeshita Okada.
I mean,
Just because you need something ridiculous like this.
and again, it alleviates the whole because we knew how serious the main event was going to be.
Yeah,
So to
and
have it here was
yeah.
so now I thought to myself like when they didn't kick off the show. I mean that was a bit of fantasy booking on
Oh, of
our
course.
half, right? So
Set ourselves up to fail in a way.
yeah,
But
exactly. I wasn't worried about like if it didn't have live. Well, it would have been cool to see, but even without that, they had those moments that were just. I mean, I didn't write down absolutely everything. The
yeah,
few standouts were the promos before that introduced all the teams. I
oh,
thought the
great.
douchey hammer that the demand and the rest of them came in was perfect to set them up as douchebags. Love that.
Yeah.
The ridiculous tennis ball thing because ball was great. You know.
Well, but it's because it's the Billie Jean King Stadium.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
So
tennis
it's
ball.
like,
So I totally get that.
and we
And
saw
then
that in the match
yeah,
come to it. But the whole thing of passing the tennis ball to the next intro, and then it was like Chris
yeah,
Jericho, and it was like a silhouette figure or whatever the cartoon, and it was like Chris
that was
Jericho. And you're
great.
like,
I love that.
it was amazing.
Kenny Omega smoking the cigar and choking on it was hilarious. A
And
great
the
way to
fact
start
they
it off,
all wore suits,
which
I
I thought was wild throughout the
it
whole
was
match.
amazing.
Thought that was crazy.
Amazing.
Um,
Obviously, you knew the Young Bucks were going to have
yeah,
their tassels that they normally have.
I love Chris Jericho
Everyone
looking at
just
the tassels, being like, "Your suit tassels, okay, cool.
cool,
Well, at least you're
but
on my team."
everyone wearing their suits was great, and you just knew the Hurt Syndicate was going to literally be like, just it was started off,
Yeah,
and
look,
then it
I
was
mean,
just a white suit. Don't need a tie. Don't need anything.
the
I'm too
demand
jacked to be
wearing
wearing those.
the demand wearing their baseball outfits was a touch of class. I had a good chuckle at that.
It was honestly, it was.
So, like I said, I didn't write down everything because there was just too many things going on. Though. Again, 14 dudes in this match.
You need to watch it to understand it.
Yeah.
Like we can talk about certain aspects, things that were fun, things that, but you need to go and watch the match.
Yeah.
It's all.
I mean,
the only way to put it.
Like a few of the standouts from it though was definitely the around the ring Hurricane Ranas that they did one at a time because this was all in the ring to begin with before they all marched off across the stadium
all over.
So I really enjoyed that.
But all the spots of them going out, like doing their
was great.
They jumps to everyone outside the ring.
Yeah, just the timing of everything was like very, very cool to see because obviously you don't want them to all do it at once because then you don't see everything happen. But doing it one at a time helps like the camera direction, like get everything, which is cool. When they did eventually like leave the ring, go outside, we had the
again so arbitrary as to what happened. It just the next thing you knew, you cut to the back and you're in the middle of one of the hallways and you got Bobby Lashley and Taliona and they're just wrestling in the back.
No, yeah, was
the first one I had. Was
Bishop Khan? No, it was Tolo. Yeah, he's the big one. And then you had a surprise Leo Rush come out. I wrote that down too.
I had Leo Rush. I was like, oh, okay. And then Leo Rush is all of a sudden there, and he's got that weird persona.
Freaking Bobby Lashley out there, and Toliona was like, well, get him away, and then he gets attacked, which was hilarious. I thought that was great.
It's just again just wild.
Like I said, the one after that was obviously that I wrote down was Andrade doing his selfie with the baddies that were inside, and then Luchasaurus with the blonde wig.
Oh, that was hilarious. That was
too
great.
funny. I didn't expect that was the last, and I thought something would happen when he's taking the selfie.
Yeah.
But not that. I didn't expect like Luchasaurus with a wig. Okay, cool. And listen,
yeah.
I was just gonna say like Luchasaurus, I felt like probably should have been in the smash over someone else, maybe just because he is like Jack Perry's partner. But
Well,
at least
again,
they got him involved,
other,
so I was
yeah.
very happy about that. You know,
the only person you would have had it over was Kenny Omega, but again,
yeah, it's
Kenny Omega didn't go out of place in this match.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You had the merch stand at the back with Connors and the Young Bucks.
Yeah, just taking merch and beating him up with merch was great.
It was Connors and Finley in the back with the Young Bucks, and then send him up the escalator, send him back down, but he kind of does that half weird tumble where he starts going down, but then comes back up, and it's just like again ridiculous. Because obviously you're like, where the hell they come from? There's clearly an elevator there, which is going to be longer or quicker as long as it's there. They clearly had someone standing there going, let's hold the elevator down.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll quickly get it up. But again, the stupidity of it and the wildness.
No, again, I mean,
what it was.
There's just so much to go through. I mean, in fact, I don't think I'll go through absolutely everything that I wrote down here. But one thing that I did point out almost automatically, and this is his new nickname, is that anything but a chair Jack Perry. Because he smashed the bejesus out of, I think, Bishop Khan with a vacuum cleaner bag. and then they go back to catering, and there was a whole big thing in catering, and then he smacked someone else, I think Toy Leona, with another bag of onions.
What did he he kicked he kicked someone, he kicked Andrade into
it was Andrade,
is it
Satnam Singh.
Satnam Singh, and he hit, his face went into the food, and then it was like, oh, food fight. This random food fight just breaks out in catering, and you're like, what the hell is going on?
But it's a good thing there was a random food fight, because then Jack Perry whipped out the bag of onions.
And that's what it was. Yeah, that's where it came from, and it just
was a food fight.
It was just
it was crazy.
Again, but a lot of the focus when you had it, when they were in the ring as well, was Jericho versus Ricochet. Like, let's not forget.
That's what it was about.
The point of it. So they kept making that piece.
Yeah, that was the focal point. And they didn't just stick to the ring or anything. When they went outside to the back, and they had the whole spot with the tennis balls inside the ring, but then they had a tennis pitching machine at the back, just shooting balls at Ricochet, which was great. Ricochet beat up Jericho with the tennis racket. Cool.
Butler with the giant racket?
Luther, good old Luther, had the monster racket, which was also was not on my bingo card for this match. And also, like, when he whipped it out, I'm like, that is just, again, this is what I was saying earlier with commentary, because they were hosing themselves like throughout the
they were having so much fun.
But they were also calling spots like really seriously, and then like joking about it after. It's like, oh, that's Luther with the tennis racket. No, that's Satnam Singh's tennis racket. Like that's
really on.
That was so good. Oh, they were so on point. The commentary absolutely kicked ass in this one, man. I really enjoyed it. I mean, look, then just to sort of wrap it up, because again, we could go on about this. Eventually, everyone comes back at this stage. All 14 guys are fighting in and around the ring.
I think we need to touch on the almost certain death before they were all there.
Yes, okay, sure. Please, go ahead.
The almost certain death of Mark Davis.
That's what I'm saying.
Jack Perry.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's going to make it in the Owen Hart tournament, because he lost an eye, apparently, early on in the match. So first of all, like he got slammed into like a chair that was facing downwards, so the legs were up, and they sold it as if his eye hit it. So he's got a bandage over his eye the whole time. He's outside in the parking lot at a golf cart. Where is Jack Perry? And then Jack tried to kill him. That was attempted manslaughter for real.
Yeah. Why is he not arrested? Where's the police?
He should be in jail.
Where is the police?
You know?
For the Jungle, is it called the Jungle Express or whatever it is?
Jungle Express is fucked. I don't know. There are no more road trips over the Jungle Express.
But then, we come to find out Mark Davis hasn't been killed. Because all of a sudden in the ring.
That was one of the funniest things ever. Because like, as they all argued, like, here he is.
Oh my God, he's dead.
I was like, oh, Mark Davis is there. Okay, cool. Oh, everyone breathe a sigh of relief for this one.
And then, yeah, but you get everyone all in the ring again, and it just
There's tables set out all over the place, and then the baby faces just puts each heel one at a time through the tables, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around the ring.
oh
Um, your camera should adjust.
yeah, it'll
Like
be
if the
fine.
lights on. Um,
There you go.
Also, yeah, when you do that, it lights me up, so that's pretty cool. um, so and then eventually you have the one and only Ricochet in the ring by himself with the seven members of Chris Jericho's team, and they just laid his ass out like one at a
Just
time,
murdered
just
him.
finisher after finisher after finisher. Oh, grade one was just going back to the table spots. Kenny Omega put in Andrade through a table with the one winged angel. Always looks great.
Oh, it was
That was
fantastic.
fantastic. Yeah, but Ricochet did not eat the pin here. Bishop Khan ran in with a last second
Save.
save, ate a Judas, and they got pinned.
Yeah, because he got the 7-man super kick.
The 7-man super kick.
Which should make
Yeah.
your head explode. Let's be honest. This would make your head
the
explode.
fact that he didn't like stop bleeding like out of his ears was a bit of a thing. I'm like, oh well, there you go, fair enough. He's hard headed, good for him. But it was great. I mean, look, this is pure entertainment. Like we were saying for the WrestleMania match with Danhausen, that's all we wanted. It's pure unadulterated entertainment, and we got that to about, I would say, 80-85%. There could have been a bit more wackier stuff.
Yeah.
This was this match.
This was turned up. This was turned up well over 200.
Oh, this was crazy. This was like,
And
if you
it's
haven't
what it
seen a
needed to
Stadium
be.
Stampede, start with this one because this one doesn't have like the it doesn't have the cinematic effect that at least like the very first one did during COVID,
Yeah.
whereas all you can set up spots, or like the other one which was just pure chaos and like the music was playing the whole time. This was a cleaner, more well produced version of the previous one,
Yeah,
which I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought this is double dubs up for me. This was fantastic.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'll watch this again. This will be like we'll be like having a bra or something, and having
Saturday.
too many beers. Be like, you know what we should watch? Stadium Stampede.
Saturday, or even like a year's time. Just be like, we need to put Stadium Stampede on, just to have a good giggle, have a good laugh.
Absolutely, man.
But
Absolutely.
also, let's not forget shout outs.
Yes. Chris Jericho's tribute to Sabu was really nice, and him jumping through the table by himself was really a nice little touch as well.
Really good.
That was good. I love that. I thought that was excellent.
Thoroughly enjoyed that.
And look, then we get to after this incredible pay per view, where can it go from here? We got the MJF Darby Allin AEW World Championship match, title versus hair.
Yeah. Again,
I'm gonna give this a dub.
I give it a dub as well.
It was very good. So I mean, I'll say that there's no specific reason it doesn't get a double dubs up, but I just think maybe it was very much like one of the other matches. I can't remember which one I said now, but the Swerve and Bandito match where it's it just didn't get to the level I thought it would.
It had some great spots.
Yeah,
some wild spots,
some very wild spots.
It wasn't what it could have been, not should have been, what it could have been.
Yeah, I think for me is the fact that I considering the stakes of this match, right, especially for MJF, because we knew Darby coming into this is beaten up and he's busted up, and like he's gonna ride it until the wheels fall off, as he likes to say. I thought MJF would have come out here like guns blazing real hard, but he went the more methodical approach. I mean, it started off, Allen got him out the ring real quick, and then Darby Allin tried to do a suicide dive. MJF pushes him a little bit out the side, but his legs caught the rope, and he hit the deck really hard, and then that obviously slowed the match all the way down, which is obviously what they designed it to do.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect the match to be like that to begin.
It was a rough landing, man.
It was bad. It was bad.
It was a rough landing. I expected. There you go. I expected more. I wasn't disappointed.
I was kind of expecting like a kind of a
I was
Like
expecting
a
a bit more.
John Cena AJ Styles at Royal Rumble, where they don't really leave the ring too much. Like MJF refuses to let Darby leave the ring to do that
Yeah,
sort of stuff. You know what I
because
mean?
he's better when he's
When he's grounded.
chaos. When he's chaos.
Yeah, when he's chaos, and like when MJF grounds him, he's better. You know what I mean?
Yes. So like play into your strength.
Yeah, and that's where sort of thought it would go, but it didn't. Again, it doesn't again. Don't get us wrong. It doesn't take anything away from this match. This match was
Oh,
good.
not at all. Yeah.
It's just not what I expected.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, look, after Darby hit the deck like that, very nice. MJF did go full on pitbull on him. Like, I mean, the power apron power bomb was great. The little
Yeah.
apron bomb. A couple of backbreakers. Obviously, MJF was targeting the back. That was his thing tonight,
And
which
again, you
makes
take
sense.
yeah, because if you do that, really you take out
Take out the coffin
all
drop.
you take out the coffin drops and you take out the ability for Darby to hold Scorpion Deathlock if he wants to, because again, that's a
Yeah.
sitting move. You've got to be up and pulling, and if you do that, you take away everything. He's got to go forward, and you get no leverage on leaning back.
Yeah, so again, like the story inside the ring that they did tell and the psychology behind it did make all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, look, MJF did exactly what he needed to at that stage. You know, he kind of rode out a lot of like segments where Darby was picking up momentum. He did stop it. What did I write down here? Yeah, there was a spot where, I mean, obviously there was quite a few. Darby on the outside and MJF pulling him into a cutter. Darby Allen doing the flipping like stunner thing, like, sort of like a stun dog
Yeah, the
millionaire kind
rolling,
of spot.
like the rolling stunner or whatever it
Yeah, so
was.
I mean, again, it was also it was a
Hard
lot
to
more
do.
evenly. I think also it was a lot more evenly matched than I thought it would be
Yeah, he obviously tried to do a coffin drop, and he missed, and he landed on the apron. He
on the
bounced
apron again.
hard. It was just, yeah, it was just a bit like it was chaos from Darby, but it was also, the intelligence level of MJF, and
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
trying to find ways to just literally get Darby out of it.
Yeah, and again, which is great, and I had no issues with that in terms of the match at all. But I think honestly, my favorite parts were them just wrestling in the middle of the ring, like
Yeah,
like the ladies did in their match where they were like countering the roll ups. MJF and Darby trying to counter each other with the headlock takeover pin was great, and then it led into a sequence where they kept trying to roll each other
roll
into a
and roll and
pin,
roll, and
and it
again, it
was
was great.
1 2 1 2 1 2. Then became 1 1 1, and just sped up, and they could have gone for another minute. They could have gone for at least another
They
30
could have gone
seconds.
again and again. Even though we saw something very similar earlier, it didn't feel like this was wasted. It didn't feel
No,
like
it
I
felt
didn't
different as
enjoy it.
well.
Yeah,
Like this felt like
different stakes,
exactly.
different outcome, but still brilliant to use there.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I really really like that. You know, like when they were in the ring just wrestling each other, that was my favorite part of the whole match. You know, because
Hmm.
I like, and don't get wrong, I love seeing Darby hurt himself. I don't know a
I
better
love
way to say that, to be honest.
and again when they ran at each other, and you just hear MJF, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, fuck. And then he gets
It's
taken
just
out.
a
That was great.
line.
Like again, MJF is the best for a reason. You know, and
He's
it's little
brilliant.
things like that. Sorry about that, but look, then let's get to the spot, I guess you could
The
call
spot.
it. So obviously, as you see them walk out to their rims, their entrances were pretty good as well. I did enjoy the entrances. I don't know why
Yeah, that
Darby's
random.
heading out in a sewer, but okay, cool.
Yeah,
You
it
do
was a
you.
bit.
Also,
Yeah, I mean,
but
it
look, I
didn't
will
feel
say
like it wasn't Derby, but at the
no,
same time,
just
it
like
felt
it's a sewer.
why.
And also, like you're not from Queens. I don't think you know that specific sewer too well. You don't know the system. You could have gotten lost. Missed the whole name. Anyway, and I do think they missed the trick with that. I will say, because what would have been cool, because you like the last thing you see is him like climbing the sewer ladder to obviously get out of the grate. You should have come up out the floor. That would have been
Yeah, I
sick.
thought the same thing. I thought he was gonna let. I genuinely thought the same thing. Like he was gonna come out of the floor by the ramp somewhere.
Yeah, that's as soon as I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool, and then he just walked out the back. He looked badass, but I was
Oh,
like,
always.
oh, I was like, oh, that you could have done something there,
A
but it's
little
fine.
bit disappointed
But
with that.
the reason I bring this up is because when MJF came out, he also came out dressed like he does as always. Music's playing, but you have to go past a table that has been set up specifically for your hair to be cut at, and
Yeah,
he looked terrified. He was like, "Oh shit, this is real now. My hair's on the line," and it was always like there, and that's how they set it up. Because even Darby stopped by it, had a big long look at it, and that's obviously was like,
So I
you
gotta
got to
ask
keep that in the back of your brain. Yeah.
I gotta ask the coat that obviously the I know he normally wears sort of like the bomber style jacket with the pattern, the sort of like tweed pattern and whatever, but that has he ever worn a long coat like that before? Because obviously, is there some psychology in there telling us he is going to win because he had 3-time champion written on the back, right?
No, no. He wears that at big pay-per-views all the time, that long one, because it's a like homage to Ric Flair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, like, because he obviously had 3 times. So the psychology there was when I saw that, I went, are they actually giving away the ending to us?
No, that's just
Subconsciously.
MJF being
That's just MJF
that's and
being the cocky guy. Do you know what I
that's
mean?
it.
Like,
Yeah.
that made me think, like,
No,
oh,
sure,
damn.
which is totally understandable. But like me seeing it
Have
after
are
watching
they
MJF for years, I'm like, arrogant son of a bitch. I hope you lose now. And I think that's what they were trying to tell the crowd more than anything else. It's like he's so cocky, he's gonna lose this match.
Yeah, fair. But you know what I mean? Like, it's them throwing a little psychology on us
Sure,
there,
sure.
like as the viewers.
No, no, which is again,
But
I
I
totally understand like that.
digress to it, but yeah, you
Um,
see he comes out wearing that full garb, and there's, like you say, the table with just the Clippers highlights,
just
like
Clippers, yeah,
in the
just Clippers.
spotlight.
Yeah,
In the
which
spotlight.
again, simplicity. It's like it tells you everything you need to know. You know,
Yeah.
I don't need like the WWE production where it's like, oh, they've got the twirly barber sign things and like some dude in a suit like with the what you call it, a blade.
Yeah.
Um, there's a specific name for it. I'm drawing a total blank here. But anyway, so they get to the inevitable section there. MJF drops, Darby Allin drops MJF outside. He's out for the count at this stage because he hit a Canadian Destroyer for a 2. Then they had I forgot about the cameraman spot as well. Darby
Yeah.
took out the camera guy.
Yeah, because he went for the dive
He went for
and
a dive. MJF pulled the camera
MJF pulled him
guy.
in the way,
Um,
which led to us being on the outside.
which is what led to being on the outside. Also, Darby didn't really get the camera guy at all, which was
Yeah,
pretty
but
funny. But listen,
it was almost as bad as it
it's kind
wasn't
of like the
as
Soul
bad.
Rooker thing.
No, it wasn't as bad, but it was almost like the. Do you remember the cameraman spot where Undertaker jumped over and he
Great
missed the cameraman
at Mania.
completely? Yeah,
Well, the camera guy was supposed to catch him, from what I
yeah,
understand. Yeah,
yeah, he was, but he missed completely.
yeah.
This Darby Allin still kind of caught him.
But like, what I mean by like didn't really catch was like he got his legs more than anything
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
But the shot from the camera on the floor was really cool. I don't think that was
yeah.
planned.
Where they
It was
pulled it
just
and
like it
then
was
you
just
just
sort of
had it.
on the floor, like leading up at them. I was like, oh, that was a happy accident. But it looks sick as hell. Camera guy, I like that sort of thing. But anyway, they get to the top of the ramp fighting. Darby Allin's being Darby Allin. MJF is after the count at this stage. I think he put a choke on him or something, if I recall, which is why he was like completely out.
I think so. Yeah,
I think he just choked him out for a bit. Gets him on top of the table. Darby has a look. He looks up to the heavens, sees the scaffold in, and is like, okay, cool. He's gonna be Jeff Hardy, Nick Foley, all of them at once. Climbs to the top, gives the crowd the ban, which I love that full circle little moment. From the very, very
he didn't
beginning of
just
the buy-in, well, the very end of the
yeah,
buy-in
but he also
section.
didn't. But he didn't just drop. He angled and jumped towards MJF. You
Yeah,
know
a
what I
lot of
mean?
people just fall.
Fall.
He yeeted himself. He literally
He,
jumped.
he literally launched himself at MJF.
Yeah, and then he did catch the sort of
Corner.
was a bit of a platform that this table was raised up on, and he's so I mean when he hit, I thought he may have hit his head, but they did a very good job of like not really telling us. But then Darby sort of
Just see that patch on the back.
he stumbled around to the other side of the table. I'm not gonna speculate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna automatically assume his head did hit that then. But
Yep.
he comes back around. He's bleeding. His little skunk mohawk is covered in blood. And grabs MJF, gets his ass to the rim. Silly Darby Allin goes for the headlock takeover pin. Doesn't get it. Well, after he coffin drop.
Yeah, he tried the coffin drop, but he kicked out, and then he does the headlock takeover pin.
Yeah.
But he managed to get a Scorpion Deathlock in, and he passes out again.
Yeah, so yeah, kind of with the Scorpion Death Drop first. Then
Oh yeah, it
Allen went to
was.
the top. MJF then hit the top rope as well. Knocked Darby down, but now he's up there after all this. Because yeah, sorry, just to also carry on what you were saying. Darby did have him in the Scorpion Deathlock first, but couldn't hold it, which is what separated them, and then that
Yeah.
led to the coffin drop and stuff like that. Um, Darby's on the top rope. MJF's like, this is it. Gets up there with him. Avalanche Tombstone Pile Driver. 1, 2, 3. Not how I expected the match to finish.
No, but again, did that, and then obviously
Sidelock
rub
head.
salt in the wood. They had sidelock
Yeah.
headlock takedown to the pin and win. Again, I also didn't expect it to finish like that.
Like I knew if MJF was going to win, he would do the side headlock takeover, but not from a
It
Tombstone Pile Driver Avalanche one.
it again. I suppose that's why it's more of a dub than a double dubs. It's just there was a bit.
I feel like the match had another 5 minutes in it after that.
Yeah, it was a bit more to be desired.
Yeah.
To go for it.
But I mean, I understand why they did it like that as well. And this is again why it gets a dub. Is because it makes sense. Because they have been telling us a story from day one. Darby is at this stage at his most beaten up.
Yep.
You know, how much further can he go? And against a guy like MJF,
it clearly just wore him out.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know, we were talking about it. He had what was not 8, 9 title defenses or whatever it was.
Yeah, he tied the record actually for 8 title defenses of his belt, and he did it in I think they said like 9
30
weeks.
something. Yeah, like 30 something days.
That was
even
something ridiculous like that. You know,
less than I think it was less than like 5 weeks or something like that because he won it just before I started watching.
Yeah,
AEW.
that's true actually.
And it was like 5, maybe 6 weeks
maybe
ago.
6 weeks, which is, I mean, so again, it makes sense that this would take him out. So I totally understand that. Again, I just thought the match probably would have gone like maybe an extra 5 minutes. We didn't see the Dynamite Diamond Ring come into play either.
Yeah, we didn't see a lot of shenanigans
from
actually
MJF,
from
and
MJF.
I thought I quite liked that actually. The fact that
we had more shenanigans from Darby, to be fair, because he had the
Darby
low blow earlier in the match.
Blow. Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
and he was the one going on the outside, and he was the one who did the coffin drop off the scaffolding and everything. So we had a lot more.
MJF didn't do anything dastardly heelish here,
which is weird.
But I like that because it also extends
nice,
that. Be like, I didn't have to cheat to win. Darby's want to kick me in the balls, and I still beat him with a side headlock takeover.
Yeah, and it's like, okay. Darby said he'll go until the wheels fall off, but at the same time, kind of like MJF just let the wheels fall off.
Yeah, which is smart.
He didn't have to, like I say, didn't have to do much. He just let Darby wear himself out.
Which is great. I love that. It shows a different side to MJF. He doesn't always have to like kick you in the dick or hit you with the Dynamite Diamond Ring to win. So again, this was a great match. God, check it out. It's really dope, especially considering it's at the end of one of the best title runs you will ever see. That Darby, that Darby Allin put us through.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Darby. It was excellent. But it gets a dub. It left me wanting, and there was just maybe a little bit of secret sauce that needs to be added onto there that it was just missing for this one. But I did overall really, really enjoy it.
Which I suppose we got the little secret sauce at the end.
But I don't know if this was secret sauce was left in the fridge for long enough, because it was kind of out of nowhere.
No, maybe, but my thought was, it was out of nowhere, but my thought process behind it, okay? So what we're alluding to, if you hadn't seen it,
also we haven't told you what happened was
at the end, MJF wins, and he looked like he was going to do more to Darby, and Kevin Knight comes out to stop him.
While this is happening,
while they're doing this, Darby Allin is put on a paramedic stretcher, and he's being wheeled around the ring, and they're about to take him out. Clearly, blood loss, head trauma, whatever, because of the bleeding head.
His bad back.
Could be a concussion.
Yeah. It's precautionary.
It could be, precautionary. They put him on. They're wheeling him out.
MJF chases off to the back. He runs up to the top of the ramp.
And then we see Kevin Knight do a UFO to Darby Allin while he's on the paramedic stretcher.
Which looked awesome, but also super painful, but awesome.
Oh, it looked great. But with MJF kind of watching on and laughing,
Well, he had it. Well, that's the thing. He looked a little surprised, but not like, oh my god, I can't believe this is
So
happening. So you think
my,
MJF had a little bit of like money
but
on the
this is
side
what I was
here?
gonna say. I had there as a note. Did he pay Kevin Knight to do that?
Maybe. Actually, I didn't even think of that, to be honest.
Because he tried bribing
I thought
Darby
I
with the
said I
money.
said it out loud here now, but that's because like as you said, I was like, actually, he didn't look that surprised.
Yeah. So
Why?
was he paid by MJF? Is he aligning himself that side? Do you know
Yeah,
MJF going, look, I don't want to fight you. I want you to keep Darby preoccupied. Here's money.
yeah.
Do
And
you know what I
you
mean?
might get
Like,
a shot if you can prove yourself and do it, like the Don Callis family couldn't with Andrade and stuff. You might get a title shot down the line. Maybe.
so are
I
we
like it.
getting, not entirely taking Darby out of the title picture, but are we sort of sidetracking it slightly just so he can then get his revenge, but it's still relative because MJF is the one who paid Kevin Knight to do the assault at the end?
It's a good shot. I
Like,
quite
do
like that
this
idea.
and kind of come into a full circle again or something?
I mean, that makes a lot more sense than Kevin
And then
just
you
turning
have
heel.
maybe if you have Darby Allin win the TNT title from Kevin Knight at some point, keeping it relevant, come back and you have title versus title for
That would
Darby
be
Allin and MJF.
incredible. I like that. I like that. See, I like that a lot more
Again,
than just
fantasy booking,
being him
but
just being turned heel. You know what I
attacking him,
mean?
like
Yeah.
make it a relevancy thing there.
Which I'm sure
You
they
can still
will. I'm
have
sure they will.
you can
Yeah.
still have MJF defend his title against whomever.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, same shit. He'll obviously he'll not have a title defense for a minute.
And if it
That's
ends up
fine.
being what if he's still champion by the time we get to All In, is Darby Allin then going to be the one who then screws him over or something at All In? Is there going to be a sequence of events that leads to something there? Who knows? Like, there's a lot to go with it. I'm not angry about the Kevin Knight thing
No, no, not
happening.
angry at all. I just that did take me
It's
by
an
surprise.
interest. Yeah, it took
Yeah.
me. It did surprise me, but it's an interesting angle.
Yeah. No, I like that.
I want to see where they go with it. But if it's something ridiculous, I'm not on board. But
But
if they play it well and it does turn out that he's aligned with MJF because MJF has paid him, money talks. I can get on board with that.
I can get behind that. I can get
I
behind that.
can get on
I'll
board with that.
boo the hell out of him, but I
Oh,
understand. I understand. Like, listen, I'd sell out too. Let's be real. It's a very real thing.
gotta
Don't
feed
be
the
afraid to
family,
sell
man.
out. Yeah, you got to get that bread. I get it. I get it. But look, I mean, that was double or nothing, man. This whole show gets a double dubs up
Yeah,
for me.
dubs up. Double dubs up as you
This
can
was
get it.
fantastic, start to finish. I loved every match. And even the matches that weren't as good, like even on the buy-in, were still really good matches. You
Yeah,
know,
fun.
it was just fun. It was just a great pay-per-view. It was just
Thoroughly
dope.
enjoyed it.
I'm looking
Thoroughly
forward
enjoyed it.
to AEW on Wednesday nights. I am excited for the stories going forward. It was dope. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Tonight.
Well, yes, absolutely tonight. But you know what I mean. On Wednesdays.
Yes, on
It's
Wednesday.
it's Wednesday. You know what that means.
Yeah, I want to say I'm interested in a lot of things, but the two things I want to see is what happens with the Carl Fletcher angle with Takeshita, and what is going on with Kevin Knight attacking Darby Allin.
I agree. Those are the two things that I'm
And if
most
we
interested
don't get
about.
MJF opening the show, being the proper scumbag he
He
is,
will 100%.
go just leave it already. Just forget. But those are the two angles that I need to see coming out of this.
I agree. I agree. But Gozzy, I mean, listen, man, I'm so glad you enjoyed Double or Nothing. That was
Insane.
for me the most important thing. So I'm really glad you dug it. But yeah, man, it just makes me more excited for All In. Makes me excited for AEW. It's proven itself every single time just how amazing AEW actually is.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
But yeah,
But I
we'll
mean,
see.
yeah,
We'll see
like
Wednesday, man. I'm excited
I'm
for that.
thoroughly more involved in this than I am, and not that I never thought I'd say it, but I didn't think I'd say it this quickly.
Fair enough. Yeah, AEW will
If
do
I'm
that
honest
to
with
you.
you, I didn't think I'd be into it this quickly or as involved as I am this quickly.
But I'm so glad you are. And again, I'm just happy I get to talk to AEW about somebody, which is great.
Which
But
is
Gozzy,
yeah,
what a show. This is one of my favorite podcasts so far. Just talking through one
Oh
of the
yeah,
best pay per
it,
views
it
of
went
the
on for
year.
longer, but it deserved it.
It deserved it. That's how good this pay per view was. Thank you guys again for listening, watching us. Don't
Yeah,
forget
we
to
always
like, share, subscribe, bell, stuff.
follow. Do what you need to. Just get us going.
Retweet. We don't tweet. You know what I mean. Whatever. But thank you again for joining us, Gozzy. I'll catch you on the next one, man. Too sweet.
Too sweet.